never known, yeah, how much I love you. My Frankie J. That was
Who's singing?
That was Yeah. Here we go. James Marvs Show. James Marvs Show. Go!
Live in conjunction with Lock TV and Raw Live Studios. It's the Dames Marvs Show with Frankie J. And here's your host, Dames Marvs.
I'm never gonna love again. Guilty feet got no rhythm. Oh, shit. Here we are.
We're on.
Hey, we're on. Welcome back to the revamped version of the Dames Marvs Show. Frankie J, what happened? What happened here?
Well, James, from what I can tell, you and I got together, we had a creative meeting, and we leveled up, and everything looks good. Everything sounds good, and I'm ready to rock, man.
So
make sure wherever everybody's watching to like us.
Yes. By had a great meeting, Frankie means that he yelled at me for approximately 90 minutes. And we all would have came to blows if we would have been in the same room.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't like change, guys. But here's the thing. You guys wanted some things different. I'm never going to change what I do. But the way it looks, that matters to me, that it looks good to you. And we talked. I hated to do it. But I knew the moment that we even started this 90-minute battle that I was going to change it. I knew that.
Of course you did.
We had to go through it, and we're better for it. I hope that you like the way the new layout looks. I'm very happy with it. I know Frankie feels like he continue on the project.
And get some sleep.
Yeah, he was losing sleep.
Jesus.
That's never good, guys. We don't want to lose sleep. We got an awesome guest for you today.
Yippers.
And we'll get to that. I do want to talk about some birthdays, because that's what we do at the front of the show. And let's get to that. We got this guy. Do you know who this is?
I recognize him.
He did that one fancy schmancy play that's on Broadway all the time that everybody wants to see.
I'm not a Broadway guy.
This is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Happy birthday.
46 years old. He's a handsome looking man.
Happy birthday.
Let us know in the comments if you know what he is responsible for.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you eventually. But happy birthday, 46 years old. Do you know who this is?
Of course I know who that is.
Who is it?
It's my man. It's Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Joe friggin' Flacco.
He's a Super Bowl champion. He's 41 years old today, and he's retired. Did you know that he signed a one-day contract with the Ravens so that he could retire a Raven?
I'm going to retire a winner.
I know you're not a fan of that, right?
It doesn't bother me. I like Joe. He can retire as a 49er. He's never played there. I don't care. He's a good dude.
That would be weird. But okay, to your point. Yes, Joe Flacco, 41. Happy birthday.
Sweet.
How about this? You know who this is?
I like it.
You like it. This is Sade.
Yeah, of course.
She's 67 years beautiful.
Woo. I like them older like that. It's beautiful.
67. Well, if
Come
you
to
like them
daddy.
older like that, you'll probably really like this one.
Hold on.
Do you know who this is?
Looks like a prisoner.
This is, I'm sure our guest will have some very favorable things to say about this man. This is John Carpenter, man. This is Halloween. His resume is ridiculous. Go look it up. He's 78.
Wow.
He's 78 years old, and he, again, has one of the best films ever on one of the lowest budgets of all time.
Sweet.
And that would be the original Halloween. Yeah. All right. We've got this gentleman. Do you know who that is?
Oh, I do.
That is Albert Pujols. Pujols.
Whoa. I would change my last name.
To what?
Not
Pee-pee
that.
Hole? Albert Pee-pee Hole?
Not that either.
That's Albert Pujols, 46 years old. He's retired
All right.
baseball player. And then we got one more for you.
Okay.
And then we'll get on with the business. You know who that is?
God, why can't I think of her name?
That's Kate Moss.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Kate Moss is 52
All right.
years old.
I can do that.
Day. Kate Moss. Kate
Cute.
Moss.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to all. And, I know there's a number of youth that had birthdays. Just off the top of my head, my nephew had a birthday 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Neff. And,
Happy birthday, Neff.
A lot of my Facebook friends, I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start saying happy birthday to my Facebook or my social media friends. Let's get this out of the way. Let's all right, just so you guys know, we got a big week next week. We've got coming into this very studio on Monday. We got Jeremy Peterson, the Doc. I didn't load his artwork for some reason because I'm an idiot. But we also have AJ Chambers. He is going to be here on Wednesday. And then Friday we have Kyle Hickman.
Cool. Good week.
A lot of cool things coming up. And we will try and keep things moving there. All right.
I'm excited about tonight.
I know. And you know what's coming right now in about 30 seconds? I shouldn't have said coming in 30 seconds. That's not a nice thing. That's not a good way to put it. This is our guest today.
Yes.
His name is Michael Kallio. He is a director, producer, author, and just a genuinely amazing human being. You want to bring him up here, Frankie J?
I'm going to bring him to the
let's
stage.
get Michael Kallio. How you doing,
Dave,
sir?
Frankie. Hello, audience out there. How many people are watching, do you think, right now? 4?
25 right now.
Sweet.
And
Yeah.
that number will continue to grow as the show goes on.
Great.
But and especially because now that you're here and we're done yapping our stupid shit,
Jeez.
we'll get the real business. Do you,
Lin-Manuel Miranda is only 46?
yeah, I know, right?
Screw that guy.
Do you know the name of the musical?
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah, of course.
It's the musical based on my favorite actor, George Hamilton, from Love at First Bite.
There you go. Yeah.
I like the first bite.
That's not true, everybody.
That's not true. That's
not
false.
It's about the founding of our nation in rap. I mean, if you took
I
rap
thought it was-
music.
I thought it was about Linda Hamilton, star of
Yes.
Terminator.
Terminator 2. Very good. Well, now you see the chicanery that we brought on board with us.
Yes. Get ready for
Yes.
some nonsense, folks.
Michael, I realized this before,
What?
and I told you before when you showed up in the pregame here, that I've had you on many shows before,
Yes.
none that I've hosted,
None.
and we've never talked about your career. We've only talked about like a singular project or a movie that you had nothing to do with, where we just ripped on it for 90 minutes.
Right.
So I am really looking forward to this because there's so many questions. You've done so many things.
Me too, because I love talking about myself.
I know. I was going to say, he is, ladies and gentlemen, he is a self-proclaimed narcissist. So if you
I
walk
am.
away from this not understanding that,
But
All right, I'll see you guys later.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
but a self-deprecating narcissist as well.
those are the best kind. Let's see here. Where do we
And
start?
you'll have to excuse me, guys, if I choke or cough or anything. I have a little bit of a cold, so bear with me.
You know what? That's totally cool.
Oops.
We had. What are you doing?
Oh, I ain't doing it.
We had this all sorted out.
Oh, cool, isn't it?
Everything
first
is
time-
ruined.
The first time I spoke to you, you were with another gentleman, and I can't for the life of me remember his name. But he was.
I
doing
believe
a-
it was Ernie Trinidad.
Ernie Trinidad, yes. And you guys were working on Howard the Duck a documentary on the film Howard the Duck.
Yes, the film and the fan base of Howard the Duck.
And you were, at that time, you hadn't talked to Leah Thompson, or had you? There was a lot of people from the film that you hadn't actually gotten a hold of, that you ended up getting a hold of. So can you tell us where that project is at, and anything that cool that happened after
Sure.
we spoke?
So I am currently the director of acquisition. When I'm not making movies, I'm helping distribute movies. I'm currently the director of acquisitions. I'm the director of acquisitions.
Yes, you've been accused of that.
I'm the director of acquisitions for Anchor Bay Entertainment, the new 2.0 version of Anchor Bay. And for those of you who don't know who Anchor Bay is, look it up. No,
It's a big deal.
Anchor Bay was back in the day. They were the the shout factory of the 80s and 90s. They spent many a year distributing, starting with VHS and then DVD and Blu-ray of all your favorite classics, such as Halloween. Happy birthday, Mr. John Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
God, I hope I don't look that bad when I'm 78.
Just cut your hair.
I know.
What are you talking about? It's great.
Just
Yeah,
cut my
buzz
hair.
that shit.
Start 6 packs of cigarettes a day again.
All right.
So Howard the Duck is done. We are trying to figure out a release date for it currently. It'll be out this year. We're hoping by spring. We're doing some special packaging for it by a guy who works for, he's a cover artist, an exclusive cover artist for Marvel and DC, amongst other things. I can't remember his name, but he's friends with the guy who runs Anchor Bay, Tom Zambek. We got to interview Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones.
That's huge.
Ed Gale.
Oh, even bigger.
Yeah, a little taboo in both those last two because
Yeah.
of the accusations of child stuff.
Ugh.
But we have those guys on camera. Basically, we got the heavy hitters. We got Willard Hike, however you pronounce the director's name. Unfortunately, we didn't get his wife because she had passed. They co-wrote the movie together.
Right.
She had passed prior to us interviewing him. We got Phil Tippett. He was our first big name that we interviewed. The only person that we really wanted to get was Tim Robbins and his was it his manager? His manager or his agent, or they might be both. He might be both the same thing. He yelled at us to not approach Tim ever about it because we were going to approach him at a play that Tim Robbins was not only directing but acting in here in town, here in Los Angeles, a couple years ago.
Wow.
And I'd reached out to his manager to say, like, hey, we would like to talk to Tim about it, and he threatened us.
Jeez.
That was funny.
Dude, that's so weird because I was at a Pearl Jam concert with him, like, as he was Gob Roberts was the name of his group that he was doing. It was the Vote for Change concert, like 2004, 4.
Sure.
It would have been. And he comes out afterwards, and he's just standing there, and my friend walk up to talk to him. He's just was like the nicest dude ever. He's like,
Interesting.
And then he looks at it. This is a true story. He looks at us and he goes, "Someone's breaking into that car," and it was our car. It was like, yeah, it was not a good area of St. Louis, but
Wow.
Tim Robbins pointed out to us that our car was being robbed. And
Well, that's cool.
I was like, "Thank you, Tim Robbins."
And then but this was one of my favorite interviews. We got to interview Allie Willis, who worked with Thomas Dolby on the songs. Allie Willis is an infamous songwriter from my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. She wrote September for Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
So like she was in this weird, what I like to call alternative Hollywood bubble. She was friends with Elvira and Paul Rubens and Judy Tenuta and Thomas Dolby and all these crazy artists and musicians and filmmakers, and she was a delight. She was a crazy, not like mentally ill, but like she was just this wild, amazingly talented woman. She wrote the Friends theme.
What?
Yeah, she wrote the Friends theme
Wow.
to get out of a contract. So she said she was in this. I can't remember exactly what the contract was for, but she was like, "I want out of this contract. Or whatever I can do to get out of it." And they said, well, Brett, we need a theme song for a sitcom, and this band is going to perform it, but you got to write it. She wrote it. She got a $2,000 check and never a residual. Yeah, just to get out of a contract.
Oh my God.
She actually, the coolest thing is she passed away. I can't remember. I think it was 2019, just before the pandemic.
No residuals on.
No,
Dude,
and she lived in this wacky house just down the street from me. It's like a mile and a half away. That was built by Paramount to specifically have parties. And she has this, or she owned this amazing house, and just recently, the Allie Willis Foundation had a yard sale at the house, and I got to get some of her memorabilia. She had crazily, she was a hoarder. She collected a bunch of kitsch and clothes and just crazy stuff. Her and Paul Rubens used to go thrift shopping together on a regular basis, and they would find they would find the craziest items. So I'm part of the Allie Willis Foundation. I get emails. I signed up to go to the yard sale, and my wife and I went. This was recently too, the past few months, and I was eyeing this I wanted something. I got a couple of like little tchotchke type things, and I saw this Elvis bust, and it was awful. It was a shitty ceramic Elvis bust, and I was like, I think that's the thing I'm going to get. Put that up, and I showed my wife Jessica, and Jessica's like, "Oh, that thing's ugly," and I was like, "I know, isn't it great?" And she's like, "Well, see if you can find anything else." So I put it down, and I looked around, and I went back. It was still there. Looked around some more, went back. It was gone. But the thing right behind it, which I thought was funny, and I bought it immediately, was this old, it looked like it was from the 20s, this old tin wind-up toy of a duck.
Wow.
That's sweet.
So I bought it. So when we have the Howard the Duck premiere, I'm going to take that with me and show the audience just before I introduce Ernie to so he can talk about the documentary. But yeah, crazy little documentary made for very cheap on the fan base and popularity of the film Howard the Duck.
Hey, we got fans giving you shout outs, Michael.
Hi. Who is that? I can't
Her
remember.
name's Deb.
Hi, Deb. Sorry, I need my...
She's out of Ohio.
Oh, right on. Midwest. Rock on.
You want to tell the people where you're located? Like exact address?
Yeah,
Let's get the doxing over with.
I'm at 1234 Easy Street.
Sweet.
No, I'm in North Hollywood, California right now. I'm originally from Detroit, but I've lived here now since April of 2004. So, for all you math,
what took you down there, Michael?
Well, several things took me here. One being a filmmaker, but two, the weather. I just couldn't deal with Michigan winters anymore.
Oh, you would hate where I live.
Where do you live?
I live in the Adirondack Mountains.
Yeah, I would hate it.
It's like 1 degree right now.
Yeah, I would hate it. Confirm.
1 degree. See, that's not enough degrees.
Yeah, it's minus something with the wind chill, but I love it. It's real small population and it's cold all the time, and things slow down.
I understand that. I really do. But like, I talked to my mom earlier, and she's like, "We got 5 inches of snow today," and I was like, "Good for you." I don't got to shovel it.
It's kind of snowing outside right now, but whatever.
Jeez.
I'm sitting
Michael,
here
you would
by
have
me.
a meltdown, literally, no pun intended, if I told you how much snow we've had this year already since November. We're up to almost 10, 11 feet so far.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's I grew up in Buffalo, so for me this is heaven on earth.
Well, what really was like the straw that broke the camel's back was I was staying with my mom, and she lives on a dead end road in Redford, Michigan. And I was supposed to go to work. Before I moved out here, and in between like movie stuff, I worked at a nightclub, a music venue called the Royal Oak Music Theater. I bartended there, and I had to go to work, and it was snowing, and it got really bad during the day, but I was going to go anyway. And I pulled my car out to go to work, and it died in the middle of the street. So my mom said, "Well, just take my car and, get to work and make some money and come home. We'll deal with it later." And I backed her car out, and it died in the middle of the street. And it was freezing cold and snowy, and no one could. But I think my mom's 8 houses in, and there's another 14 houses on both sides that people live. People were driving over lawns. They were pissed at us. It's like AAA couldn't show up because the weather was so bad, and they were so busy. It was three days later they finally showed up to help us jump our cars. It was a nightmare, and I went, I can't do this anymore.
No,
It just
no
it's too much.
Man.
So
It's
not for everybody.
California.
yeah,
Not for
All right.
everybody.
You're an interesting guy. You do a lot of different things. The Anchor Bay thing is really exciting to me because a lot of the things that I have on my shelf are Anchor Bay, and I love.
me too.
I love what they've been doing with the packaging on some stuff. I mean, just good, nice looking stuff.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
I'm really happy that you are, and if I ever make a film, I'll be like, hey man,
Right.
man, get us on Anchor
Exactly.
Bay, please.
What?
Come
Well,
on.
it's funny. It's kind of a full circle for me too, because Anchor Bay released and re-released over and over and over the Evil Dead trilogy,
Yes.
and Bruce Campbell produced my first film. So when we finished it, Bruce went right to Anchor Bay and said, "You guys have made so much money off me and Sam and Rob. You need to take this movie," and they did. So.
Wow.
My first movie was released on Anchor Bay, and
And what was that one called?
Hatred of a Minute, starring me and Gunnar Hansen. So that happened, and then this crazy a couple years ago, the genesis of it was I had met a guy who helped me. I went back to Michigan about 7 or 8 years ago to get all my film elements and bring them to Los Angeles because I wanted to do. I was working on trying to get a Blu-ray release of my second film, Mutant Swinger from Mars, my 15 sci-fi spoof, and Hatred of a Minute. And Bruce financed my trip back to Michigan, and I drove all my negative out back to LA. And we found out that there was missing negative in the Hatred negative.
What?
Yeah, there was 2 reels missing. And luckily, every frame was saved onto Digibeta. It was transferred to Digibeta, but there's missing negative. And the trail, there it is. The trail, the negative trail is so small, it could only be in one of 2 places, and one of those places was Crest National, which did all the post work and DVD authoring and that for Anchor Bay back in the day, but they had closed, in 2013, something like that, 2013, 2014. So
Feels like so long ago.
I know. So this was 3 years ago now. It was just before the pandemic. So it was 2019. So that's when I went back. I didn't get the movies didn't get transferred till the beginning of 2020. So the guy who had done the film transfer was like, "You're missing 2 reels." So I contacted my buddy Bo, who used to work for Anchor Bay back in the day. He was their DVD producer and works for Anchor Bay still. So I got in contact with him. He had to dig up a hard drive from like 2012, 2013, because I'd called and said, like, look, there's negative missing. When Crest National closed, where did their vault go? Where did all the stuff that they had in-house go? Like, was it given back to everybody? I'm sure that they tried to give back as much stuff as they could, but that stuff that's left over, that film negative, tape stock, whatever, had to go somewhere. Right. So I was like, where's the vault? Who inventoried it? Because there's shit missing. And he went, well, actually, strangely enough, I was the guy who inventoried everything. But it went to Iron Mountain in Burbank. So he found a hard drive from like the 2012 or something, whenever he inventoried stuff, and he ended up. We found my material. We found Hatred of a Minute stuff, but it was we didn't in the list the Excel file he had. We didn't see anything that said negative, but there were several things of mine, and I had to fight with Lionsgate to get it back because they claimed they owned it. Because when Stars was purchased by Lionsgate, Anchor Bay was included in that sale, and they then dissolved Anchor Bay, but kept all of claimed all of the stuff that Anchor Bay owned. But my contract had run out with Anchor Bay years prior, so I had to do a little fight with them. Then the pandemic hit, so I went to get I had to email Iron Mountain, let them know when I was coming. Then I had to call them when I was outside. A guy in an almost hazmat suit, like he was covered head to toe, gloves and everything, wheeled out a cart of these boxes with disinfectant spray and wipes and all that, with a note on it saying that once you're done putting the shit in your car, spray everything down, wipe it down, and then wheel it halfway back, but leave it in the parking lot. It was super bizarre. So I did that, and I looked through the boxes, and there was still no negative. But I had Digibeta copy. So the technology at that point was just good enough. Like Topaz AI had just come out. So the technology was there to do good up-reses that didn't look like crap.
Right. Because
Photochem tried to do an up-res for me one time for nothing. And I'm going to MF them because F them. Can I swear?
Yeah.
You can swear.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Fucking A, yeah. So fucking Photochem broke my 2 masters of hatred. Busted them because their beta machines weren't calibrated. So I didn't have masters, which was one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to Michigan and get my negative to do a proper transfer, because the Photochem up-reses sucked ass. And then they broke my tapes at the same time. Anyway, so Bo goes, we'll talk to my buddy Tom. He works at Post Haste, and he'll hook you up. They can do up-reses there. So I talked to Tom. Tom used to work at the old Anchor Bay, and I gave him the 2 tapes of what was missing, and he up-resed it, and it looked great. And it's now incorporated in the movie, which will come out eventually soon. The Blu-ray release of Hatred of a Minute, and it all worked out. Cut to like 2.5 years later, I get this random text from my buddy Ken. he's a filmmaker from Michigan, but lives in Burbank. But he was back home visiting, and he texted me and he said, "Hey, I have some friends. They need some XML files pulled from an old Final Cut 7 document. I know you still have Final Cut 7. Can you help them out?" It's like, sure, no problem. Have them call me, give him my info. So I get this text from Tom Zambek, who did me a solid. And he's like, "Don't know if you remember me, but I need some XML files pulled." I was like, "Great." And he's like, "How much will you charge?" I'm like, "Pulling XML files takes seconds. It's not hard." He just didn't have Final Cut 7. Hardly anybody did. So I did him the favor, and he gave me a call. I said, "The stuff's done. Where do I send it?" I shot it to him. He's like, "What do I owe you?" I was like, "Nothing, man. It took me 10 minutes. He goes, "Let me pay you something." And I was like, "Well, one, what's this for?" He goes, "Well, we are trying to finish up / upres a documentary about 90s underground punk rock music from Detroit called It Came from Detroit." And I was like, "Cool. I probably know some of those bands." And he said, I'm forming a new distribution company." And I was like, "Oh, well, I had been working on my Dinner with Leatherface documentary for, at that point, 5 years, 6 years." And I was like, "I got some stuff." Meet and Swinger from Mars had never been on Blu-ray. It came out in 2020 streaming, but I'd never gotten a proper physical release because the company that did the streaming, they were going to do it, but then the pandemic hit and their physical media shit went sideways, and they ended up not doing it. So I started throwing them like, "I got this and this. If you're looking to do it, if you're looking for titles to distribute." Then he goes, "Keep it on the down low. We're bringing Anchor Bay back." And I went, "Even better." So then we made a deal for them to help finish up Dinner with Leatherface. They were going to release Mutant, which just came out on Blu-ray December 16th of last year. There it is.
Yep.
And about a month or two into knowing Tom better and meeting his partner, who's now no longer with him, I made a joke because I brought like 20 other movies. Like, check this out, and they were saying yes, yes, yes. And I joked. I was like, "When am I going to get my director of acquisitions business card?" Holy crap! Sorry, Spinal Tap was on pause. R.I.P. Rob Reiner. I said, "When do I get my director of acquisitions business card?" And they're like, "You want that?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Can I still make movies?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, then I'm interested." So I started as the unofficial director of acquisitions, but now it's on the website, so I guess it's official.
Dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, and my long-winded story about
No,
me getting
but
involved with Anchor Bay again.
is this it?
Yes.
I thought so.
And then, unfortunately, they can't release the documentary again because of music issues, which we're hoping.
Well, yeah.
We're hoping to get around.
It's the Rock City, man. What about tell me about this.
What do you want to know?
Anything. I have no idea what this is, dude.
Okay, so Heart of
Bruce.
Darkness, the behind the scenes, the making of My Name is Bruce. Did you see My Name is Bruce?
Yes, I did.
That is the hour-long documentary feature it's the documentary on the making of the movie that's on the Blu-ray and the DVD.
It is on the Blu-ray and DVD?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I would love to release it standalone, but I think so. That was Image Entertainment that released My Name is Bruce. I think they own that documentary in perpetuity. Now, that doesn't mean I couldn't potentially finagle my way over to Image and go, "Hey, you aren't doing anything with it. Can I release it?" Because that was shot in the summer of 2006, that movie. And I was there for 2 months. I was in Oregon for 2 months. Me and my buddy Mark Elliott. And we were the behind the scenes guys.
But you knew Bruce Campbell before this, or is that when you? Okay, that's what I thought.
Did I make Frankie mad? He disappeared.
I don't know what happened to him, but hopefully he'll explain it. What happened, bud?
Oh, internet.
Oh.
I'm good though.
It's because you live in the mountains and it's 1 degree.
Could be.
Internet's like, fuck this.
It's a perfect excuse.
Okay.
I knew Bruce. I met Bruce. Well, I originally met Bruce in 1990 at the first Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. And it wasn't like an official meeting. It was, I was in the costume contest as Darkman.
Okay.
And there was very little reference to it, what Darkman looked like, except like 2 weeks prior to the convention, Fangoria released their first issue with Darkman stuff in it. And me and my old boss, I used to work for a novelty company that made their own line of Halloween props. So we sculpted a Darkman mask for me to wear. And I met him then. But then I met him. I was dating a girl when I was trying to raise money for my first movie, and she used to babysit his daughter Rebecca when she was just a little baby.
That's crazy. I guess that's what happens when you live in Hollywood.
No, this is in Detroit.
Oh, really?
Happens everywhere.
So I was dating this girl, and she knew Bruce because she babysat his daughter. And then when I was trying to raise money, trying to learn how to raise money, or how, what were the routes, what kind of legal work did I need, she reached out to Bruce, and we met at a Fangoria convention in Chicago. So I met him briefly in Detroit, met him again years later where we actually went to dinner, and I actually got to talk to him one-on-one in Chicago. I think that was 91. And then time passed. The girl and I broke up, but she had written down his P.O. box in a notebook of mine that I had. And one day I found it and went, I'm going to write him a letter, because I had no other way to contact him. So I wrote him a letter to his P.O. box. And that's when it started, when 3 weeks later, he called me on the phone.
Wow. And
said, I'm not going to give you any money because I have none. I just went through divorce. But I will be your mentor and show you how to do this bullshit. So, and then
just for a frame of reference, people.
Yes,
we're talking about Bruce Campbell, the legend. I mean, this guy is a legend. What Evil Dead movies? We're talking. I mean, cult hero, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard this a million times. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people that have met him at a con or a signing, they walked away with like, he's the nicest dude that I've ever met. And I know that that's not, but I want you to set the record straight. What kind of guy is
Bruce? Is great.
Bruce Campbell?
When this is what people don't understand about Bruce, because I've heard celebrities that have been with him on the convention circuit have said, like, he's kind of grumpy. He's kind of a dick. He isn't. His character that he portrays at those conventions is, because he's putting on a show. He is constantly putting on a show. Now, yeah, sure, he's human. He has bad days. He gets grumpy. Sometimes he gets hangry, just like any of us. But for the most part, it's just an act. It's his persona.
So, like Frankie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna
Not really a dickhead, but
There's all kinds of factors though. Like if I have a stomach ache and I got the runs, I'm not gonna be in the best mood. Like, hey, let's go party, man. I'm gonna probably be pissed off. So, humans are humans. I mean, we
That's true.
feel like crap sometimes, and diarrhea is the worst.
Has he gotten crankier in his old age? Probably. I know I
Probably.
am.
Probably.
But
But
he's a genuinely amazing human being. He's been nothing but good to me for the most part. We've had our headbutts, but that's friendship and family, because we're family now. I've known him over half my life.
yeah, speaking of family and headbutts, that's kind of what happened with Frankie and I.
Oh yeah.
The
The
90-minute
the
screaming
first
fest.
time, well, yeah, that was like yesterday. But the first time we met, like we just screamed at each other, like
We called each other some names, and then the next day we were good. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Then we laughed a lot.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing: you guys have something in common that,
Our devilishly good looks.
well, besides that,
See, I wasn't the only one, Dames. Told you.
like I'm not like the the interviewer that tries to get people to cry or whatever. But I did want to give you guys this moment. You both recently lost a pup,
Yes.
and I'm gonna. This is Mikey. This is Buddy, and this is your wife.
Yeah, Jessica. That's Jessica.
Jessica Kallio.
Very pretty.
And tell me a little bit about Buddy, and then I'll let Frankie tell you his tale.
You want me to tell you the how we the gotcha day we got Buddy?
Yeah, how long did you have him first, and then the?
Almost 16 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Buddy came into our lives around Christmas time, which is why he's named Buddy, partially, because we both love the movie Elf. Jessica worked when Buddy was found, the back of the school, there was an alley. There was this little tiny puppy running around in the alley with no collar, chasing kids on bikes, skateboards, or cars. He was getting into their garbage, but when anyone tried to approach him, he'd duck into a yard, because their backyards and garages butted up against this alley as well. So they finally were like, "Hey!" They knocked on the person's door that of the yard he was escaping to. They're like, "Your dog keeps getting out, and we're afraid it's going to get hit by a car, like run over." They're like, "Oh, that's not our dog. That dog just showed up and started eating our other dog's food."
I love that.
So the owners of the school, they were going to take Buddy, but they were worried about they had a dog already. They were worried that dog would be pissed. So Jessica kept texting pictures of Buddy to me, and I'm like, "He's very cute." No fucking way. Because I had lost a dog in 2003 before I moved here. I found my dog Mina she was a 13-year-old cattle dog, and she died in the snow. That's partially maybe one of the reasons why I don't like snow. It killed my dog. No,
Not laughing.
but I didn't think I was ready for another dog, and it had only been, I wasn't even thinking. But now that I think about it, this is 2010. Yeah, it sounds about 2009, 2010, one of those. So, but I didn't think I was still ready yet. And then I hear a knock on my door on my apartment. I'm like, "Who's knocking?" And I look out the peephole, and it's Jessica. And she's standing weird. I'm like, "What the hell?" So I open the door. There's my wife. Look down. There's Buddy, this little tiny pup. And in my wife's left hand is her belt that she used as a makeshift leash for this tiny dog, but it was a wide belt. So here's this dog going like, Get me out of this belt. It's around his neck. And she's with her other hand, she's holding her pants up. Because
Kodak moment.
yeah, she had it. That's why she was wearing a belt. Otherwise her pants would have fallen down. So I let them in. I looked back down at him, and I just went, fuck, okay. And then
You're like, I have a dog.
he became my best friend. So
That's awesome.
Frankie, your dog, this is a kind of, you're at that moment now. Like, you just lost a one-eyed Willie, 6 months ago?
I lost Willie October 18th, prematurely. Yeah.
How old was Willie?
He was a little over 2. He was born with a deformity. Was missing, like, his left eye wasn't missing, but it just wasn't visible. That's him right there. Boston Terrier, but he had seizure disorder, and that night it was like 2 a.m. He went into a full blown seizure. I've dealt with seizures my whole life. My brother had him 43 years. My last dog had him, so I'm like seizure man over here. So I handle it, but then he had the one that didn't end. Well, it ended, but not well. Ones did. Yeah, and then so on December 28th, I'm going to put a picture. Can you put the picture up, James, where it shows him standing there? Anyways, yeah, that's my picture of him right there. You see his left eye is kind of goofy.
Yeah.
So that's nickname One Eye Willie. Great dog, fantastic, off leash, everything. But anyways, the people I got him from felt so horrible that they gifted me his sister, Penny.
Oh, Penny.
So I picked her up. She's a little under 3, obviously, same litter. And I've had her since a little after Christmas, and she's settling right in. Fat little thing, and really
Good.
cool, very cool dog. Yeah, I'm that same guy. Like, I wasn't ready, but when are you gonna be ready? Is my question.
True.
I have to have a dog in my life. I live alone. I live in a spot in the States, and you would know this, Michael. You've traveled. There's spots where you live, no matter what you do and how busy you are, you can get lonely at times.
Sure.
And so for me, I have to have that companion, and Willie was my companion. He was my guy. He went everywhere with me, no leash. Everyone, all 1,300 people in this town after a year knew him.
Sure.
And then, he went to heaven. So he's buried in a really beautiful spot, a really, really nice remote area in the Adirondack Mountains with a little tombstone. And now I got his sister Penny, and she's filling the shoes. So I get it, and sorry for your loss.
You too, man. Thank you.
Yeah, dogs are huge, and people don't realize animals are part of your spirit sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Buddy declined over a little over a year. He was declining, and
yeah,
it's funny. I thought I was going to be an inconsolable mess for probably the rest of my life.
Yeah.
About a week or so, 10 days prior to him actually passing, I thought he was going to die in my arms at home. And I spent 3.5, 4 hours ugly crying with him in my arms.
Yep.
Then he bounced back.
Jeez.
And then like a weekish, like a little over a week later, same thing, pancreatitis. We take him to so he was almost 16. We took him to the vet. We'd been taking him to the vet over the course of the last 6 months. And so we took him to the vet because Jessica was up all night with him. And she had called me down like at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Was like, you should come down here. And I went down, hung out with him and her. And she called, she was texting with the vet because we were dealing with our vet was one of those kind of boutique-y type vets where you could have basically a subscription. We paid like $99 a year, and so any vet visits were free, but it was a little cheaper. But they were up all night. You could text them at whatever time, and someone would answer. So it's LA. Everyone has a dog here, and if they don't, they have some sort of animal. Yeah. But it's just such a dog-friendly city. So they're like, bring him in. We can see him at 9:45, and we're like, that's not going to work. So they were like, well, we open at 8. Can you be here at 8? We were there at 10 to 8. They saw him right away. They were like, he's having a bout of pancreatitis. you have this option, or of course the final option. And Jessica and I kind of knew that his quality of life was not going to improve because he was having accidents in the house, and it was frustrating, and he always felt bad. But what's he going to do? He's going out. So Jessica and I took Buddy to the quiet room, and she was smart enough. She's a chiropractor, but she was almost an MD at one point, so she knows medical stuff galore. And she's like, "Can we get him some pain meds so we can hang out with him so he's not in pain?" And the vet was like, "Of course, I'll be right back." And the vet leaves, and Buddy kind of jerks up, gasps, staring me dead in the eyes, which I didn't need to see, and passes away between Jessica and I holding him. And so Jess jumps up, is like, "I better make sure she doesn't prep that pain meds because they might charge us for it."
Right.
So Buddy did us a favor. He saved us $400 on euthanizing him. But that was rough. And I didn't expect this at all. This little bugger who is amazing.
That's what I was just gonna get to.
Jessica. So we're friends with Chris Titus, the stand-up comedian. Chris Titus and Zach Ward from A Christmas Story. Like they're all friends, and my wife is friends with with Zach's wife and Chris's wife. And so there's like a gaggle of them that went to Paris together a few years back. And so they're all besties. And Rachel, Chris's wife, immediately starts sending Jessica pictures from a rescue. And because Buddy died just before. Yeah, it was just before my birthday. It's like the beginning of November. So Jessica and I always go up to Guerneville, the Northern California area, for Thanksgiving. We started doing that as a tradition during the pandemic, and we've been going up there ever since for our getaway. It's our special getaway. So we're at the Madonna Inn in San Luis Obispo at our halfway point on day one of our trip, and she's going through photos of dogs. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Rachel keeps sending me dog pictures. Isn't this one cute? Isn't this one cute?" And I'm like, yeah, they're all very cute, but are you ready? Because it affected Jessica more than it affected me, which I thought it would be reversed. But I think I let a lot of my emotion out that day. I thought he was going to die right then and there in my arms. So then Jessica and I made a plan. In February, Bruce Campbell just made a movie. He's premiering in Oregon on Valentine's Day, which was the day Jessica and I first met back in 2008. So we're going up there for that. And then in the middle of March, we're traveling to Orlando because she's got to work, and I want to see all the new Disney World shit, the Dark Universe and all that stuff that just come out recently. I want to go ride the Tron roller coaster. So while she's working, I want to fuck around. Because I haven't traveled. Buddy unless Buddy was with us on a road trip, I was kind of landlocked because we really didn't have anyone to watch Buddy. We didn't want to kennel him. Yeah. So we were like, we're going to wait till like end of March, beginning of April, maybe May, get a dog. She sees the picture, Mitch, and she's like, "I want to go meet him." I'm like, "Okay."
I want to go get him.
Yeah. Well, that's what ended up happening. She went to meet him, and she this was a couple of days ago. She FaceTimes me. And I'm like, "Well, what's she FaceTiming me for?" I pick up, and it's Mitch. And I'm like, "Oh, is that Mitch?" I'd forgotten she was going to go visit him. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm bringing him home." I'm like, "But what about?" She goes, "We'll figure it out." Okay.
And
You're
they
the boss.
called it puppy love.
Yep. And then he walked in, and I was like, "Oh, my God. You're ridiculously cute. So sweet. So mellow." I mean, right now he's just chilling.
Yeah,
just,
we got to see it. We got to see him.
One more time? You're going to be mad. Like,
Let's have a dog show.
Oh, my God.
Look at that. Look at that little son of a gun.
He's sleepy.
He's like
Smelling the funk on the beard.
That's right. He's
He's like,
sleepy.
why is there gravy in here?
Is that a squirrel?
Yeah.
Here, we'll have a dog
Is that
off.
Jimmy Hoffa in there?
No, what's funny is he's been so Penny.
Penny Lane.
I love it. He's been so chill in that, and
Dude, we're dog
like I
lovers.
took him to lunch yesterday, and he was very mellow. Today I made a breakfast sandwich from Trader Joe's, and he went nuts. He has this thing where he'll bark. What is that?
It's my Jack Nicholson bust.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Is that
That's all I
your
have.
dog? Look at us. Hey, man. We both got our dogs. I'm telling you, puppy power. Fisticuffs.
So
There's Dames.
So I'm eating the sandwich, and he starts going, and then barking like, "Hey, give me some of that." I'm like, "Wow, you got comfortable real quick."
Yeah.
He was mad I wouldn't share.
He's going to take
He
your
was
chin off.
mad, and he had just eaten. I just fed him. He's like, "That stuff was bullshit."
I want the cheese with the wrappers.
Exactly.
Hey,
You're-
I'm going to dive into a couple of questions that we ask all our guests.
Sure.
You know what this is?
That's a hoagie.
But well, you're not wrong.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, that looks like a Chicago dog to me.
There you go.
Whoa.
I spoke too fast. I
You
saw
knew it.
I saw the tomatoes and the pickle, and then the sausage was last. But like the roll is wrong.
No, it's right. It's got the
I know,
poppy
but
seeds.
that's why I'm not a Chicago dog connoisseur, but I know what they are.
All right,
But
so
I've never thought like a poppy seed roll was right for Chicago dog.
the question is ketchup acceptable on a hot dog to you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mikey? I thought for sure. I thought for sure. You had my back on this.
Wrong answer.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be? Ketchup's acceptable on anything. Just ask the filet mignon. Put some Heinz on that puppy.
Yeah, no,
You're getting gonged all the way up.
I mean,
Vic.
All right.
like we're
He's like,
way too
yeah.
picky. Maybe we're way too picky. All right, I know that the comment section's gonna blow up now. With grow up, and I'll tell you, grow up. If you're putting ketchup on a hot dog after the age of 8, you grow up.
James, one time I have to interrupt. So we were on this Twitter space, and every time someone would come in, of course, the question would come up, will you put ketchup on a hot dog? And Dames finally kind of lost his cool, and he goes, you know, if I'm ever out and I see someone with ketchup on their hot dog, I'm going to smash it out of their hand.
Fucking grow up.
I could see it. It's probably going to be me.
And it's not. I mean, just if it ever I'll pay for your new one, and I'll say,
You know-
I just needed that for therapy. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. You know what's funny? I'll tell you a hot dog story. Two. One's very quick. My wife loves hot dogs. She will tell you. She's like, I love hot dogs. She'll say it like a space cadet. And it's adorable. But that's story number one, which wasn't really even a story. It was just me making fun of my wife.
I liked it.
Good. Two, I will go when I go to the movies. Every once in a while, I like a dog. I don't put anything on it. I eat that bun, meat. That's it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. With cheese dogs, I don't need anything but a roll and the Oscar Mayer cheese dog.
There you
know
go.
what though? This moron doesn't even like buns on her hot dog. So she just eats a wiener with ketchup on it. Fucking.
That's even weirder.
Hey, you leave her alone.
She lives close to you, so. Yeah.
All right, me and you, Becky.
Must be a SoCo thing.
Oh,
SoCal.
is she in SoCal?
A bunch of weirdos down there eating ketchup on their dogs.
Yeah.
No.
Do you take the skin off them too?
All right, well, let's get your second story.
That was both.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
I know. It's like riveting.
Well, you made it sound like it was going to be a longer story, but so here's the second question that we like to. Who's your celebrity nemesis?
No.
My celebrity nemesis.
Yeah.
Should be her. No kidding.
You're welcome, Becky.
You know how like Sheldon has Will Wheaton is his
Quill Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Who is my celebrity nemesis?
Frankie's is Pink, or no? Frankie loves Pink.
I love Pink.
Is Taylor Swift. He doesn't like Taylor Swift.
Oh no,
for no reason.
For no reason.
I love everybody, Dave.
I knew you were going to be that bastard that doesn't have a
that for a while when he was still fat, it was Kevin Smith.
Oh yeah, he fucked you over.
Huge.
He fucked us both over. I used to get, oh, you look like Kevin Smith all the time. Now they're like, hey, you're like a fat Kevin Smith, and I'm like, oh my god.
I get to look like
I'm the fat one now.
Well, I used to say people are like, "Oh, you look like Kevin Smith," and I'd say, "I wish my bank account looked like Kevin."
No shit. I wish my movie budget or my film budget looked like Kevin Smith's.
Come here.
Oh man, I wish I had that picture pulled up because I did. I met him and I got my picture with him, and of course I'm like, Kevin Smith is known for being the chubby fat guy, and I'm like, I'm the fat one in this picture. Great.
It's me.
We're supposed to deal with Kevin on. Hopefully, we're trying to get Kevin involved with Anchor Bay a little bit. And we picked up a couple of movies from this filmmaker named Joe Black, who's connected with Kevin. God,
I want to join Anchor Bay.
Come on down. We need all the help we can get. God, that's a good one. Celebrity nemesis. I was never a huge Kevin Costner fan.
Really?
There's certain movies I like him in.
I get that. I hear he's not a really nice guy.
No, he is.
Films.
I've heard different conflicting stories. But who would be my ultimate nemesis?
That's
a really hard question to put someone on the spot with, Dean.
No,
it's a great question.
James, get back to me on that. Let's review this near the end, whenever
we'll do. All right. There's one thing that you kind of brushed over, and I want like a more detailed explanation of this because I know this is a big deal. This might be one of the biggest things that you've ever done here.
Yeah.
This is a huge deal. I actually watched this movie and I rated it, and I'll tell you, Mikey, if you will. When I rate movies, I have a system. It starts out with 50 points, and based on what happens throughout the movie, it either gets higher or lower, and it usually goes higher. If it's under 60 points, it gets a puke face. If it gets to 85, it's a must-see, and if it gets to 90, it's an A-list. All right? You follow?
Yes.
Documentaries always start out in 85, and and I don't change the score, because I think documentaries are just must-see movies.
Sure.
They're one of those genres that they're educational, and if you lie or it's got an agenda, you're going to lose points. I actually put yours like at an 89, I think.
Cool.
For this film, and I just thought it was so well done that I would kind of like a little bit of the backstory on how long this project went on, when you knew that you were going to be able to do this, and how you got the budget, and it really is. It came out incredibly.
Thank you.
So tell the story of what it is. I'll put it up again. Go ahead and start.
Dinner with Leatherface is a documentary about Gunnar Hansen, the man who played the original Leatherface in the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The end.
And scene.
How it started was, so back in the day, God, it might even have been 1988.
Wow.
Whoa.
Was it? But no, it was after I graduated, so it was in '89. I graduated high school. I was working for Gags and Games, and we had a table of our horror props and masks and things at it wasn't a Fangoria convention, but it was like Creation. I don't even know. It was a horror science fiction convention, I guess, for lack of a better term, because Doug Bradley was there. For those of you who don't know who Doug Bradley is, he was Pinhead in the Hellraiser films.
Oh yeah.
Tom Savini was there, the master of gore. Angus Scrimm was there, the tall man from the Phantasm franchise. There was some Trek folk there. And Gunner. Gunner was there. So I was intimidated by Gunner because he was Leatherface, for crying out loud.
I mean, classic.
But I love that movie so much, especially the scene where William Vale walks in. He's like, "Hello, hello." It's the first kill, where he gets whacked in the head with the hammer, and then the door slam. Amazing scene. The sound design in that moment is incredible. So Gunner had some downtime because Angus Scrimm was reading poetry in the main hall, where the main auditorium, which was really weird because who'd have thunk Angus Scrimm wrote poetry, but he did, as did Gunner, which I found out much later in life.
Gunner.
So I walked over to Gunner. Me and a writing partner of mine at that time had written a screenplay that was going to be my first movie, called Southern Hospitality, which Bruce Campbell described perfectly as deliverance with chicks.
Thank you.
Exactly. So I was like, I'm going to go talk to Gunner because he had no line at that moment. So I walked over to him very timidly, like, "Hi, Mr. Hansen." We had the table, like, we were like across the walkway and about 2 tables down. So he was so nice. I immediately felt comfortable talking to him. And we started chatting. I was like, "That scene." And out of his mouth, he goes, "What makes that scene is the sound design." And we just went on from there. We talked probably for about 15, 20 minutes just about that. And then I was like, "Well, my friend wrote a script that he said that you were going to be in, and I figured I could approach you too, because he said you were very approachable." It's my buddy Gary Jones, who's written and directed such amazing films as Axe Giant, The Legend of Paul Bunyan, or The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. I think it's The Wrath of Paul Bunyan. And a little movie with a Charles Bronson lookalike called Escape from Death House 13. Yeah. And Gary was an effects guy in Detroit back in the day for a company called Acme Effects that did a lot of the like Michigan-based films. They were involved with Evil Dead 2. They worked on Josh Becker's Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, R.I.P. Josh Becker, and Scott Spiegel, who worked on that as well. So Gary was like, "Yeah, he's very approachable." So Gunnar and I talked for a while after that about my script. And he's like, "Well, do you have it? Do you have a copy of it with you?" I was like, "No, I'll have to mail it to you." And he goes, "Well, here's my P.O. box. Here's my number. Let me know when you send it. I'll keep an eye out for it." I was like, "Oh my God." Gunnar Hansen just gave me his address and his phone number. So a few weeks pass. I send the script. A week later, Gunnar calls me out of the blue. Love the script. Very interested. So over several years, he and I corresponded. We talked on the phone quite often. And in that time, Southern Hospitality fell apart. And then, which was pretty devastating for me because I was working with friends who apparently were basically backstabbing me. And they were trying to shove me out of the way so they could get to Bruce Campbell and Gunnar and do their own thing. None of them are in the business. So that's my nice little to all of them. But I ended up writing Hatred of a Minute with Gunnar in mind for a role, and I sent it to Gunnar after the fact. I told him what had happened, and Gunnar was the great thing about Gunnar was during that years. I don't even know how many years passed from meeting him to us making a movie together. It was several. We became friends, and he championed me, and he championed my career, and we became friends. So at the time, during that course of friendship, he was making the movie Mosquito, which was another Gary Jones movie. It was Gary Jones' first movie. And when Gunnar would come into Michigan to work on Mosquito, he'd call me. I'd pick him up from the airport. We'd go and have dinner, drinks, hang out, play pinball, shoot darts, just conversation. It was great. We were friends. We became good friends. So, and I always said, because he would tell us these amazing stories, and he'd always have like I don't think I ever heard a story twice by Gunnar unless it was about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And that was, someone that I knew that didn't know that I'd heard the story 1,000 times.
And you're like, yes, tell me as many times as you want about one of the greatest cult classic horror films of all time.
If you call it a cult classic to him, he would correct you. Because if you think about it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't a cult movie. It was a hit.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a hit. It was never a cult movie. And I kind of agree with him on that. So you're wrong.
Well,
you're wrong, sucker.
Keep in mind, I come from CF3, which we considered Goonies a cult classic. I mean, definitions.
I'm just fucking with you.
Our definitions are vastly different. But you know what? No. I would let Gunnar Henderson correct me. I'd be like, yes, Gunnar Henderson, you're right.
You mean Hanson?
Hanson, I'm an asshole. Gunnar Henderson's a baseball player.
James, did you just say something I've been waiting to hear you say forever?
Nope, didn't. You missed me.
So,
thought I had
what? I'm an asshole?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
And scene.
Fair enough.
No, I always we'd be hanging out and have a great time, and I'd be driving him to his hotel, and I'd be like, "Man, you have so many stories. Someone should do a documentary about you." And he'd be like, "No one would want to watch that." And I'd be like, "I don't know. I think you're wrong." That went on for years. I'm like, during the end, like, maybe I should make a documentary about you. And he'd be like, "You want? I don't care." He still didn't think anyone would want to see it.
It's like permission. It's absolutely permission, dude.
I know. So, Southern Hospitality fell apart. I sent him a new script of Hatred of a Minute. He loved it. He was excited about it. We raised the money. It happened. Then, as people do, we didn't lose touch, but we didn't keep in contact as much. And unfortunately, sorry, now I'm getting a little choked up. Talk about Buddy a bunch, but
no, yeah. I knew this was.
It's okay. It's a safe place.
Like a Barbara Walters special.
Hey.
So I found out Gunnar had written a book called Chainsaw Confidential, which was he had interviewed all of the people he worked with on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then compiled it into his recollections of what happened. And the book came out, and he was going to have a signing at Dark Delicacies here in Burbank, which is was owned by Del Howison and his wife Sue. It just recently closed. After a 30-year run, Del and Sue got tired, so they moved on. Their brick and mortar stores no longer exists. But I signed Dinner with Leatherface just before they closed at the store. My bucket list checkoff. Anyway, I found out Gunnar was signing the book at the store, and I was like, I have to work, but sorry, I just saw a note. I was like, I can't make the book signing, but can you have dinner with me after the signing? And he was like, great.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I was like, cool, I'll come pick you up.
Sweet.
So I am driving to pick him up, and it's like 4:45. And my phone rings, and it's Gunner, and he's pissed. And I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, I go, I'm on my way. He goes, oh, we were done 45 minutes ago. It was from 2 to 4. I'm like, I thought it ended at 5. He goes, nope, 2 to 4. And I went, I'm so sorry. I'll be right there. He goes, I've already made other plans. Talk to you later. And he hung up. And that was the last time I talked to him.
Shit.
And then a few years later, he died. So that was part of my motivation, because I didn't talk to him after. I sent him an email apologizing. I'm like, I thought you were signing from 2 to 5. I didn't realize it was 2 to 4. My bad. What can I do to make it up to you? And he responded, but he was still mad. And so in November of 2015, I think it was 2015. Yes. 2015, he passed away. I had spent all day. This is the day I found out. The day he passed away, I found out. All that day, I'd been looking through photos from the movie, from Hatred of a Minute, and putting together an ad slick. For those who don't know what an ad slick is, it's an 8x11 cardboard stock, like a photo piece of paper, cardstock, with the movie poster of your movie on the front and on the back, the information. Yes. And I was putting one together because I was trying to get Hatred of a Minute resold, because a buddy of mine was going to AFM, the American Film Market, that weekend. So he said, make me some ad slicks. I'll pass them out, see if there's any interest. So I just finished the ad slick, had copies made, met my buddy up at this little tiki bar across the street from my house. We had a drink. I handed over the ad slicks. He left. I was finishing my drink. I get a text from my friend Joyce saying, sorry for your loss. And I'm like,
God.
what are you talking about?
Oh,
He goes,
God.
oh, you don't know? Gunnar Hansen passed away. I was like,
Oh, jeez.
what the fuck? I just spent literally kind of all day with him, in like having memories and remembering making the movie and how much fun it was. I went, well, it just clicked into my head. I got to make the movie. I got to make this documentary. So about 2 weeks later, after I'd found out, I was like driving around doing errands, whatever I do in this crazy town. And I had this little MP3 player, and it was on random. And I had just gotten back in the car from the post office, and I turn on the car, and I'm like trying to figure out what to call it. And I just hit,
Oh,
go
man.
MP3 player.
What a story. This is a great story, guys.
And
Jesus. And I didn't know this beforehand.
you
I
didn't?
know it. No, I didn't know.
I didn't either.
I didn't know.
Well, of
that
course you
was-
didn't, Frankie.
But holy.
Well,
shit.
here's the thing. So I'm friends with this band in Michigan called the 3D Invisibles. And they're this like, I call them surfabilly. They're this punk rock band that sings about horror movies and science fiction. And I fell in love with them in 1987 and met the lead singer and lead guitarist of this 3-piece band. And they ended up writing the title theme song for my 50s sci-fi spoof, Mutant Swinger from Mars. Their first album had a song on it called Dinner with Leatherface. So I hit go on my MP3 player, and that song came on.
Wow.
And I was literally just thinking, what am I going to call this movie? And I immediately called Rick and said, can I use this song? He was like, Yes, please do. So the title was born in January of 2016. I filmed Bruce Campbell. He was my first interview because I figured if I have Bruce, people will.
Oh, Bruce did it.
Legit.
I can do it.
Yeah, it's legit.
So, Mike, are you saying like interviews more? Is that your version of saying documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, I listen to me. Oh, look at it. Maroons.
Hey,
Where'd those suckers come from?
I don't know. It's one of those things. One of those random things. So yeah, so I did a talking head interview with Bruce, and then Del Howison at his store because Del was friends with Gunner because they were both writers as well. I interviewed Del, and then I interviewed a random a gentleman a writer, producer, director, and podcast host, Michael Verratti. He came into the store just to say hi to Del. I threw him in the chair because he knew Gunner, and it just snowballed. But it took. The movie came out last year, February.
Yes, and I'm looking at I reviewed it on April the 25th, and I indeed A-listed it at 90. So, guys, just a couple things to put this whole thing into perspective, and we can move on to the next segment because there's lots to talk about with Michael Kallio as our guest. This is Gunnar Henderson, the gentleman that I mentioned, just because I'm a dumbass baseball card collector.
It's okay.
I had that name in my head.
I collect things too, you know.
This don't look in his refrigerator or his freezer.
Chicken nuggets
or his storage space that he has. This is the cover. Brilliant cover. I would like for you to talk about the cover artwork here in just a moment, but
Okay,
this
sweet.
is Dinner with Leatherface, documentary from 2024.
Technically 2025.
Yeah, let's say 2025.
We released it. We had some theatrical runs in late 24. It came out February on Blu-ray in 25.
Where can people watch it streaming wise?
Tubi.
So it's
I love
free.
Tubi.
It's free, guys. There's no reason not to watch this film.
It's streaming on a handful of platforms, but I know Tubi is the one that it's still playing on. But yeah, so yeah, it obviously a 9-year, 10-year in the making movie. So we released it during the 50th anniversary of the theatrical release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
which is incredible. That's a great timing.
And then the following year would have been the 10th anniversary of his death. So, and it wasn't something I was working on every day because the budget. I started with no money. I finished it. The very little money was spent, and any money that was spent was reimbursed. I think it was made for less than $8,000.
Did you edit with Final Cut Pro?
I did not. I edited with Premiere. So what ended up happening was I got all these great interviews. Late in the game, I met this guy named Lowell Northrup, who was an executive producer on the show Happen Leonard.
Okay.
And Happen Leonard was a series of, I think it was a series by Joe Lansdale, who, if you're a horror fan and know Bruce Campbell, Joe Lansdale wrote Bubba Hotep.
Right.
So, me and Lowell met through a mutual friend, our buddy Dwayne Whitaker, who was the pawn shop owner in Pulp Fiction.
Right. He wrote me a nice note, called me a gimp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So Lowell's like, do you want me to help you track down all of the living members of the cast of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And at that time, part of me was like, no, I didn't want other cast members in it because I didn't want to focus on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I realized it's inevitable. He was that movie.
Yeah.
So Lowell came through and we got a handful of people that I like near the end that I didn't think I'd get. I ended up I got Daniel Pearl on my own because I reached out to Marcus Nispal, who directed the remake, and asked if he would be in the documentary. He said, I only met Gunnar once. I don't really have anything to say, but you should reach out to Daniel Pearl because he shot the remake and the original. So he got me in touch with Daniel Pearl. Daniel Pearl was amazing, but Lowell ended up helping me get Bill Vale, Alan Danziger, Terry McMinn, Kim Hinkle. I got John Dugan, but I got help with that. And then he Lowell also helped me get Kane Hodder, which Kane and Gunnar were good friends, and Kane played Leatherface in the most recent game, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. And so I interviewed about 70 people, and most of them are in the movie. I think only one person isn't in the documentary.
I was gonna say there's a lot of different layers through this, a lot of different stories and just good recollections and not so good recollections.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, Mikey.
Thank you. It was a passion project, really. I mean, for 10 years. And
well, I think about something like that. The name of the film now, that's gonna forever like be in my heart. Just knowing like the last time you saw him, and now the basically the title of the film. That just haunts me right now. But like,
sorry,
I haven't spoken about this publicly, but you probably wonder what's going on with my face. Brian Wilson passed away. And he was like my hero, like my musical hero. And for those of you who don't know who Brian Wilson is, he was the American god of the Beach Boys, basically. He was the creative engine behind the Beach Boys. And the day he died, I found out it was a couple days before Father's Day, and I just cried myself into oblivion. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, "What's going on with my face?" And the whole side of my face was just like frozen.
Did you have Bell's palsy?
Yeah, and it's supposed to go away, but I mean, it's hanging around pretty hardcore. But I mean, that's something I will always think of now whenever I think of that. So like, that's kind of on that kind of weird level. It's not the same thing by any stretch, but
no, it is, because here's the thing. I have two things to say. One, I had a friend who had Bell's palsy, and for a year, this side of his face didn't work. So I can't tell because you're this big on the screen. But now that you say it, I can see a little bit of around your mouth, but it's not as bad as my buddy's. So
I'm like Stallone over here.
It's a lot.
My editing is working.
Yeah.
A lot of it is Bell's palsy. People think Bell's palsy is a lot to do with stress.
Sure.
And it sounds like that stressed you out. I mean, look, you guys believe in ghosts?
Yes, I do.
We talk about that with all of our guests too.
Because I had two Gunner moments.
What?
Talk. Hashtag ghost.
See how quick he is?
I was ready.
How quick he is?
I'm the best co-host on the planet.
That's my co-host, everyone. That's my co-host.
I'm the co-host.
Well, let me just say this real quick. The reason it's called Dinner with Leatherface is everybody had a story with Gunner. They had dinner with him.
Oh.
That's where, like, a lot of people were like, we went to dinner with Gunner at a convention, and he told all of these stories. So yeah, that's aside from the fact that there was already a song written. And thank you 3D Invisibles and Rick Mills, Creepy Rick. So we were interviewing a guy named Chase Anderson. And Chase, at the time, was working with Vortex and hashtag Creepy Rick, working with Vortex. And there's another company that's attached to Vortex that deals with all the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. And Chase has, I think he still has it, a mobile Texas Chainsaw Massacre museum that he bounces around conventions with.
Sweet.
I think he's trying to open up a brick and mortar place at some point, but he talked about that back then. But we were interviewing him, and we were in Chase's dining room, and there's a chandelier kind of hanging low. I'm sitting looking at the camera monitor. Chase is in front of me. Lowell's standing next to me. And the lights flicker. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but it was obviously about Gunner. The lights flicker. And if this makes sense or not, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Something flew at my face. But there was nothing there. That looks like it said
it looks like it says fucker.
It's
Light
not.
fucker.
It doesn't, though.
Put it back.
Look at it closely.
That's his light fucker.
Fucker.
It's an LI.
I used to work at a video store called Rent-A-Flick, and the L and the I were too close together. Yeah.
That was
if you
awesome.
find this glance, you'd be like, "What? What?" Anyway, how much? No.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe it is this mass flew at my face. I felt warmth, and I just started to laugh. And Lowell goes, looking around. I was like, does that light flicker normally? And Chase is like, no. And I go, did you guys feel that? And all three of us felt like the air was sucked out of the room for a moment. Not in a bad way. And I just went, that was Gunner. Because I knew. I just knew that his presence was around. And something similar happened again. And, but it was more of a light as opposed to like, again, there was nothing there, but there was something there that flew right in my face. But this time, the second time was more of a light out of the side of like my peripheral. And in the light, I could see the silhouette, the backlit silhouette of a large presence just out the side of my face. Gunner was with us because I've felt like shit ever since that day when he was pissed.
Yeah.
And luckily, throughout this whole process of making the documentary, I feel like I've done him justice. I feel like I've done his legacy justice. His partner, Betty, that he was with all the way up to the end. I still don't know if she's watched it. I'm not going to bother her about it. She's like, I'll watch it when I can. It took a bit. Like she didn't want to have anything to do with it. I got her picture in it with her, a couple pictures with her and Gunner in it, because I asked her permission near the end. I was like, this needs you because you're important part of his life. And she was great. I love Betty. I yet to meet her in person, but I will someday. Because she moved to Vegas. She ended up selling Gunner's house and moving back home to where her family is. But she was she championed it, even though she didn't want to be involved, really. She was like, I had her blessing. And hopefully Gunner isn't mad anymore. Hopefully I did him right.
I'm telling you guys, this is it. Like, Dinner with Leatherface by Michael Kallio. It, from the movie shelf, as a documentary, hit the A-list. That's very hard to do.
Thanks, man.
Please give it a check out on Tubi. And I'll continue to push this film after this episode, because that's kind of what we do here. When we have a guest that's doing something, we want to make sure that we get it out to as many people as we can. So we will continue to push this.
And real quick,
yes.
Letterboxd. If you're a Letterboxd person, letterboxd.com, throw up a review, because
I will do that.
We've been getting pretty good reviews.
I'm actually I looked up your resume several places, but Letterboxd was the best place for me personally.
Sure.
I recently got Frankie turned on to it, and
you should check my reviews out.
Yeah, his reviews are.
I will.
I'll find you on there, and we can friend each other too.
Okay.
But I'm gonna review everything that's on there of yours, but you got to help me find it. You got to help me find where I can do it.
Okay.
That is something I already had committed to do. One more thing.
Sure.
On this film, tell me about the cover artwork, because it is masterful, you guys. Like, look at this.
I did a good job.
I did that with my feet. No. I kind of had the idea of I kind of had the idea of the Gunner in the middle being, book signing with images around him with a leather face being the predominant.
Right,
and my buddy Chris Estes, he was a Tiki No regular, the Tiki bar near my house, for a while, and he was a movie poster artist. That's what he did for a living, and I asked him to do it, and I sketched out my idea. And
I remember seeing the sketch.
Yeah, the thing I put the before and after I posted on Facebook.
Just like, there's a bunch of heads of different stuff, and then
it
might as well have been stick figures, and then that painting.
Yeah, basically
awesome.
Was
Bullshit. Awesome.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You're like, how did you get this out of that? Like,
yeah.
No,
So
he nailed it. He nailed it. It's phenomenal.
So I sent him images of what I could find high res, and he created it. Took a while because he disappeared for a while.
Yeah.
When matter of fact, I didn't think that I would ever get that poster, and then we lost touch. He had other things going on, and it was 2 years. 2 years, I get a text because I had written him off. I'm like, I'm never gonna get this. 2 years later, because I didn't have any money, he did it for nothing.
Yeah.
I look at it. He had sent text me just the Gunner. It was just Gunner, and I was like, this is great. Will I get the rest of it in like another 2-4 years? And he goes, no, I'm going to finish it. I was like,
that's how I feel right now.
I was literally in the middle of shooting my Christmas movie when I got the text of that Gunnar Hansen image. And I was like, well, hopefully this will get finished. And it did. And he did an amazing job.
All right. We got a new segment on this show. So while this is happening, I'm going to come back to your celebrity nemesis after this.
Okay.
So give it a thought. Frankie J, take it away.
Oh, yeah. I got a couple quotes today. First one I'm going to do is actually a funny one. Well, it's one of my favorites. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. Courtesy of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yes. And then here's another really good one I found today. Someone else here might know this one. Pain is temporary. Film is forever.
I know what movie it's from. I mean, it's been said in several movies. I actually know it's from 2 movies.
Yeah.
And I can name both actors, but I can't name their characters, but I can name the movies. You ready?
Yep.
It was originally said in 3 O'Clock High.
Yep.
By Casey. I'm going to mess his name up. Says Mecca. The lead in 3 O'Clock High.
Okay.
It's Casey Sismecchio, so something like that. So it's from 3 O'Clock High. The second time I heard it is from the movie The Girl Next Door, and it's said by, damn it, I'm gonna blank on his name. He's one of my favorite actors. Hold on,
I told you I'd find a good one.
But I knew did you know it was in 2 movies?
No, I thought I knew it was in one, and I did a little research prior, and I'm like, this one will get them going.
Hold on. Girl Next Door.
I always wanted one of them.
Me too. The actor is, because Girl Next Door also stars Paul Dano, and I don't care what the fuck Quentin Tarantino says.
Yeah,
Paul Dano is an amazing actor.
He's one of my favorites of all time. Honestly.
Fucking Quentin. I think he's jealous. Where the hell is it? I need my glasses.
Oh. Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
It was Christopher Marquette.
Yes.
Said it.
Just
Now,
found it.
here's a little trivia for you.
Okay.
Christopher Marquette, who I love in the movie Fanboys and in the movie The Girl Next Door, his character in The Girl Next Door wants to be a filmmaker. And his name is Eli. He is named after Eli Roth because the man who made Girl Next Door and Eli Roth were very close friends. So Christopher Marquette's character in Girl Next Door is based on Eli Roth.
Wow.
I have, if anything someone throws at me, I have either A, a dumb trivia about them, B, a dumb story, or C, absolutely nothing.
And Paul Dano played Eli in There Will Be Blood.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Eli
the Buffalo
Roth.
Sabres playing Buffalo.
P.S. Water is wet.
Yes. Sometimes.
This has been the educational segment of the program.
Yeah, what a shit show this is.
I
After
love
the 7th inning stretch here.
All right, buddy. Who's your celebrity nemesis?
Christopher Marquette. Motherfucker. No,
Sounds like Quentin Tarantino might be on the list, on your list.
I was a fan until he fired everyone from his new Beverly Theater. Told everyone he was going to bring everyone back. They were going to remodel. There's a whole documentary about it, so I'm not the only one that's mad about it. But
What's the documentary?
I want to say it's called Out of Print.
Then say it.
Out of Print. But I may be wrong. And my nemesis, still a hard one.
You don't have to have one. I mean,
Going through his old Rolodex over there.
This is
everyone
what
loves you.
I don't like people in this industry don't appreciate where they are. This is a hard business. And I feel like I've got, at least a little bit of talent. And there are just some people who don't. They skate through it, and or they get so cocky that they think they're untouchable, and then they get real humble because this business can chew you up and spit you out. Yeah. And it's a shame because it shouldn't be like that. I want this business. I wish this business would go back to somewhat of an old school way where people were championing each other. That's what I find cool about a lot of the filmmakers and actors and professionals I hang out with is they lift each other up, because again, this is a hard business. I mean, I've been in this business for a long time, and my budgets, my first movie had the biggest budget I ever had. They've just gone downhill until recently, and they're coming back up now. But it's so I don't like that Quentin Tarantino cockiness. He got lucky. Like a lot of people in this business too. He's in the right place at the right time. He knew people, and sure, he's talented, but it's luck. If he didn't meet Scott Spiegel, homeboy Michigan guy, by the way, who knows where he'd be? He might still be working at a video store.
You
one of the four.
You touched on one of my other questions, so I'm just gonna axe it now.
Okay.
What's the most money you spent on a film to make it?
It would have to be Hatred of a Minute, my first movie, which clocked in roughly around $250,000.
Hatred
I mean,
of a minute.
that's like to people listening. That sounds like a lot of money, but you're talking Avatar costs $400 million to
Yeah.
make, and there's a lot of cool things that go on in Avatar. But then I watch a movie like You Can Count on Me, which the entire budget I think went to paying the people to do it, and it's a far better film. Like it's just a great. There's
They
the
say a
amount
lot
of
of
money
low
does
budget.
not matter. Is the point?
No, some low budget films are like my favorite. One of my favorites, as Dames knows, I did a review on it on Letterboxd, is Dirty Dancing. I don't know why. Every time that stupid movie's on, probably because my mother and I loved watching it together, and she passed on. But that's a low budget film, cheesy ass storyline, but low budget, low time, and every time it's on, I leave it on. It's just like that song that you have on in the radio and you pull up to the signal and you turn it down, so nobody else knows you're watching it. But I love the movie Dirty Dancing. I don't know what that costs to make, not much.
Alexa, what was the budget of Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing had a budget of $6 million.
Low budget. Even that's. I mean, for that time,
87.
Moderate.
Yeah.
Moderate budget film. It wasn't a. They weren't putting $450 million. There weren't blue people running around in Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, Mikey's like, I can make 12 movies for that.
Yeah.
I joke about that all the
movies.
time.
Nobody puts her in a corner though.
All right, similar to that, what's the least amount of money that you spent on a completed film?
Oh. A completed film that was released?
Sure, yeah,
$2,400.
that's amazing. I mean,
Two-
look at the disparity. You have
400.
literally 100 times, 1,000 times the markup between the lowest and the highest. That's incredible.
And that movie got released. I made that movie during the pandemic. It was, excuse me, sorry guys. It was called The Scout. And I say was, I mean, it still is called The Scout. There it is.
Yeah.
Found footage slasher. This producer friend of mine called me out of the blue and was like, I don't usually ask seasoned professionals this, but I'm trying to help a distribution company get more content. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Would you be interested in making a movie? And I'm like, well, is there a script? And I read the script, and I had to rewrite the script.
Because you're like, lights, camera, death?
Yeah,
right.
I said my original tagline was lights, camera, mayhem, which is much
that's
better.
great. That's great.
Yeah. So found footage slasher film. I said, what's the budget? He said, $2,500. And I was like,
What?
are you kidding? And I went, fuck, yeah, I guess. Why not? What else am I going to be doing? So we shot that movie in 6 days. I wish it was better, but Daniel Roebuck and Dwayne Whitaker, Daniel Roebuck being a very infamous character actor, and Dwayne Whitaker, again, the Pawn Shop or Pulp Fiction, also a noted character actor. They saw it. I screened. The funny thing is, it was the budget was originally $2,500, but I had to pay the writer of the script. I had to rewrite $100 because he wrote the script that I had to rewrite from scratch.
Right.
I don't know if you remember this or not, but there's a thing called Halloweenapalooza in Iowa, in like a small ass town. And Dwayne Whitaker was there. I was there. I had a table. The only reason that Dwayne Whitaker talked to me or gave me the time of day was because I name dropped Michael Kallio, and from that moment on, he was like, what do you want me to sign? What do you want me to? I'll sign anything you want. He's like,
that's cool.
It was, so I used your street cred.
You name dropping son of a gun.
To get me in the door with Dwayne Whitaker. And he did. He wrote on my Pulp Fiction poster, he goes, get in the box, you fucking gimp. And then he signed it, Dwayne Whitaker. I was like, yes,
I love it.
It was awesome.
Jeez.
Good for Dwayne.
I wish I had brought that out. But yeah, it's like an 11 by 17.
Nice.
Of the Pulp Fiction poster. It's great.
The Scout was the cheapest movie I ever made. Made it in 6 days with my friends, and it came out on DVD. I think there's DVDs floating around.
I mean, look,
And
it says DVD right there.
And I know it's streaming somewhere. And that also might be on Tubi. It was off Tubi for a minute, and I think it came back.
Well, if it's on Tubi, I'm watching it. I mean, because like I said, it's one that I got to find and watch to review it.
Be gentle. Like I said,
look,
we had $2,400.
It's not up to me, Mike. It's not up to me. It's up to the scoring system.
Mike, the difference between Dames and I and the way we review movies is I do short, quick, precise, accurate, like to the minute weather reviews, whereas he goes into these long, drawn out point systems. I smack it. I just put it right there.
Hey, I saw the scout, Mike. You suck.
Well, a little longer.
Right?
No, here's what it would look like, Mike. It would be like, just watch the scout. Mike Kallio's a great guy. Needs more hot chicks in the movies. That's what his review would be like.
I can understand that. We made the movie very quickly, and obviously 6 days, and shooting 82 pages, and that and the other thing is the plot is it's very meta. A micro budget film company goes to a location because their first location burnt down. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
and
spoiler.
And
hear nothing.
They're systematically knocked off at this scout. And so it's a little long. I wish I'd have done a little bit different things, but hindsight's 2020, and it is what it is. And for what it is, for how much we spent on it, there's some really fun stuff. But because they're one of the girls is people working on it, and actresses is an influencer, and everyone's got a camera. So, but I was I was doing main camera. I was doing sound. I was lighting it. I was producing it. It was me and my producer Meredith who was handling paperwork and feeding people. I was doing all the tech stuff. So, and I did that on a handful of the most recent movies I made, because I've made movies with no money, very little money. So there you have it.
You actually gave me a segue into my next question. I know that we're going to do this again. You're going to come back on the show again, because there's so much more to talk about, and we're not going to get to it all today.
I'm very special.
You got to come back, because you're my favorite narcissist in the world, just so you know. But there's one more question that I want to ask on the topic of film. Then there's another serious thing that I want to talk about, but then there's some debauchery in the middle. You good?
Yeah, debauchery.
I'm good. All right, here we go. When you begin a film, Michael Kallio, what's the order of importance of the crew that you have when you start a film? The order of importance of the crew.
As far as hiring?
As far as what they're actually charged with doing. What's the first thing that you... the first person you're like, I need that. And then so on and so forth.
I mean, DP for me is super important. Sound for me is super important. If those are fucked up, you might as well just not do it. Or do a silent film. Or a stage.
Sound. I would think that sound is really... I mean, because just
this is important as picture.
I've been on, just the sounds that I've been on, or the sets that I've been on, it's like, man, if you don't have that guy, you're using just the camera, you're fucked.
Yeah,
you're fucked.
But it's a mixture of everything. I mean, I think that the look of the movie, for the DP, but also the production designer / art
DP.
That's important too. I mean, I think those are my three.
No, you say that. You're probably, I don't know if you're familiar with, we're going to have on this show, director of photography. His name is Brandon Lee Cox.
Why do I know that name?
because he's a pretty big.
What's he done lately?
He
What's he
just
done?
did Hunting Season with Mel Gibson,
Okay.
the newest Mel Gibson movie that came out like a couple months ago. He did a bunch of shit with Bruce Willis,
What I look like?
De Niro, like a lot of shit.
Brandon Lee Cox, did he make a movie with Bruce Willis directed by a guy named James Cullen Brezick?
Do you remember the name of the movie?
I can tell you.
Gotta ask
Yes,
Alexa.
page.
Me and Alexa have a bad relationship.
I think Alexa's going to kill me in the middle of the night. So,
Yeah. Siri and me broke up years ago. When I asked her if I was awesome and she said she'd have to think about it, I was like, yep, goodbye.
yeah. Screw you, lady.
Yeah, screw you, Siri.
Fortress is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Who shot Fortress?
Not Dames.
Not me.
Nope.
Just kidding, Dames.
It looks like with Bruce Willis, he did Gasoline Alley, Cosmic Sin, and
What's his name? Brandon
Brandon Cox.
Cox?
Yeah. Yes, sir, Bob.
Nah, I know why I know him because of Marauders and Werewolves.
Yeah, Werewolves was the one they did last year. The big one that he did last year.
Directed by my pal Stephen Miller.
Yeah, so he
That's why I recognize his name.
saw my review of Hunting Season, and he was like, "Thank you for that." I'm like, "Hey, you did the." No way! I was like, "No way!" I was like, "Would you mind?" He's like, "Yeah, hit me up sometime after the new year, and we'll do it." So I still have to book it, but
Cool.
I was like, I need to get a couple of these under my belt before I start going that route. I got to
Sure.
get through the Michael Kallios of the world. Yeah.
Well, speaking of bookings, and not to interrupt, but Dames, I just want to make a mention. Michael, in particular, I was kind of scrolling around earlier, and God bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
I noticed that there's some mutual friends, and a friend of mine, friend of yours, Paul Vato, said he was going to try to swing through and drop a couple comments tonight. He's at Podfest right now in Orlando.
Paul! I haven't
Yeah.
seen Paul in so long. How's Paul?
He's doing well. I've talked to him a few times throughout the last year. I met Paul maybe 4 years ago, I think, doing some beta testing on some of the social audio apps and all that. And really great guy, fantastic guy. And I told him that we were going to be doing an interview with you tonight. And he said he was going to try to drop through, but he's at Podfest, and it's a huge deal, and he's obviously busy with it. So I just thought I would make mention that obviously there's a hi, how you doing in there somewhere.
Tell Paul hello. And
I will.
it's been too long. And is he still a Vegas resident?
He bounces between Vegas, Chicago, New York City. He's working with another friend of mine, Ref Kimbrough, Stephen Kimbrough, and they're doing like a nationwide comedy podcasting tour
Nice.
thing. And he's in Florida right now doing the comical portion of the Podfest.
Cool.
So yeah, really, really great guy. And I just thought I'd bring it up and do a name drop since we were doing that earlier.
Tell Paul hello.
I will. He says that you're an
directed him.
awesome dude.
Yes, Paul's great. I directed Paul
What movie was he in with Cage?
with Nick Cage. I don't remember.
You know which one I'm talking about, though.
I do. But I directed Paul. It was a sketch comedy show that revolved around the music industry, created and co-written by this guy that I can't remember his name. What the Harry Berberian? He was a Michigan cat. And I got suckered into directing the pilot for free. But they did fly me. This was before I moved to LA in 2003. They flew me out and we shot the pilot. Paul was great. We dressed
he's-
Paul like J-Lo.
Yeah, he's the guy known. I tried to explain to Dames. He's famously known for sitting on the Xerox machine with his bare ass and it breaking through.
Yes.
And he did some work on Mad TV and I think the Bold and the Beautiful, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got a resume and a fun guy, very cool guy, very down to earth, humble, just like yourself. So
Yeah,
I
Paul's
just
great.
figured I'd do a little drop of the name and keep the conversation going.
Yeah, tell him hello next time you
I
talk
will.
to
No, I'm glad. I forgot to put that in my notes, Frankie. So I'm glad that you had that. Um, Mikey, would you rather be underdressed or overdressed?
him. Underdressed.
Oh, clearly.
I always joke. I'm like, I always go. I my one stint of trying stand-up comedy. My opening line was, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking." Sabbath is. I look like I look like a roadie for Black Sabbath. I look like I get dressed in the dark.
That
you
is
know?
funny.
I call it derelict chic.
Do you ever wish that there was a video of your first?
No,
Because
no.
okay, I feel the same way, but I would kind of like to watch it because I got a lot of laughs, and the only joke that I remember telling was, "Surely not everyone was kung fu fighting," and like people, people
That's funny.
sat there for a second, and then they started because I was shitting my pants because I'm like, oh, if they're not gonna laugh, I'm gonna have to walk off this stage. A couple seconds started
Jeez.
setting in, and
That would be a good opener.
Yeah.
Come up silent and go.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
Surely not everyone was kung fu fighting. And
I
if you don't
I
get a
had to-
laugh, then you just drop the
So-
mic and leave.
Right.
Or you do what Larry David used to do when no one laughed. He would yell at the audience.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
All I have to do, Mike, I took a stand-up comedy course a few years back and got 3 minutes of mic time, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 3 minutes is a lot when you first get on a
Oh,
mic.
it's the longest time ever.
God. I got up there and I had people rolling. All I had to do was say, I'm from Buffalo, New York. Yes, I'm a Bills fan. And yes, I'm divorced. And people were laughing for 3 minutes. It was amazing.
Shit.
Wow.
I'll try that
You
next
lucked
time.
out. You lucked out.
Yeah, I got tips in a tip jar and everything.
Oh wow. Shit.
Yeah.
I got booed.
Well, hey,
Let's join forces.
you're like, you know the
Yeah.
fuck I am. That's what
Yeah.
you should have said.
A fucking Mike Kallio, bitch.
This was a long time ago. This was like This was pre-narcissism.
Oh well, no wonder you
Pre-diagnosis.
failed. No wonder you failed. Because you didn't fail. You just didn't. You didn't care too much about yourself at that
Right.
point.
I didn't have that. The tude, as the kids call it these days.
Yeah.
Who's your? If you had a bucket list of someone or some group of people that you could work with, give me the short list. Give me the short list. Other than Frankie J and James Marvs, which is obvious.
Well, I'm working with you now, aren't I? This is
Well,
all.
and I think you're gonna definitely use one of my songs in your movie at some point.
We should talk about that because I need some music. I thought this was all scripted. I mean, I've been studying this for the last 3 months.
Right.
Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah.
Bucket list of people I've always wanted to work with. I've worked with some of them, so I
That's great.
can't.
That's always great.
I can't complain.
Bucketed.
I want to work with Tom Cruise. As crazy as that sounds, and
No, it
will
doesn't sound crazy at all. It sounds.
because I love his work ethic. He is America's Jackie Chan
Yeah.
because he will do the craziest shit himself, and more power to him. I've loved every Mission Impossible movie, even the John Woo one, especially these last two.
These last two were. I mean, the last one got A-list for me
It
for
did.
an action movie.
Hmm.
That's hard.
That's hard.
It's funny you bring up Tom Cruise. I got a story, but go ahead.
Johnny Depp.
Another one.
Good cologne.
I would like to. I've always wanted produced by Roger Corman
Of
in
course.
section, and I got to talk to him a little less than a year before he passed at Dark Delicacies, one of the last events they had before the Dinner with Leatherface signing.
Right.
Oh, I'm not wearing a tie. Especially a bow tie. Underdressed. Right. Full circle. Full circle.
See what we did there?
Yep. I got to. So there was this book signing. A guy wrote a book specifically about the fucking balloons about the Roger Corman, Vincent Price, Edgar Allan Poe era, which my first movie is based on that shit because, funny story, I didn't like horror movies. When I was young, it didn't compute that people went to the movies and paid to get the shit scared out of them.
Right.
When I was 10, my mom and I were walking out of Raiders of the Lost Ark. There was a Poltergeist movie poster, and she said, "Ooh, that looks fun. Want to go see that when it comes out?" And I was like, "Fuck no, no. That kid's gonna get sucked into that TV. I bet no."
Yeah.
Um,
And then
How
3
old were
movies
you?
later, she's gonna really die.
Yeah.
Because of the movie.
I got desensitized by seeing Evil Dead because there was a girl I liked, and I didn't want to look like a chicken shit. So at a buddy of mine's birthday, we all went down in the basement to watch Evil Dead, where in my brain I was like, I don't want to be here. This is fucked up. But this girl I was like, but maybe I'll get to make out with her. And everyone in the basement was screaming and carrying on except for me. I was just laughing. And at that moment, the next day, I was like, I got to go to the store and buy Fangoria. I got to go to the video store and rent every classic horror movie. I could only watch the Universal monster movies because they were tragic. And I could only watch a lot of that Edgar Allan Poe, Roger Corman, Vincent Price stuff because they were melodramas. Less than horror movies, it was more melodramatic. And about loners, and and I was kind of a loner kid. So, what was the question?
You're
I'm
talking
not even
about
high yet.
You're talking about your bucket list people.
Oh, my bucket list. Produced by Roger Corman would be great. Produced by Sam Raimi would be great.
Oh, he's still here.
Yeah, and actually, a quick side note. I met him in 1990 at that Fangoria convention. I think I'm the reason why when people show up to get stuff signed for autographs, they put a cap on how many things you get signed. Because in 1990, when I knew I was meeting Sam Raimi, I brought my Evil Dead poster, my Evil Dead 2 poster, my Darkman 1 sheet, both the actual teaser that just says, "Who is Darkman?" and the A is the silhouette of Darkman, and the poster, and then there was sometimes the Sunday paper has like a magazine, like a special magazine.
Right.
So the Detroit News did a retrospective on Sam Raimi, and there were like a bunch of photos of him, and I cut them all out and I foam cored them all, mounted them on foam core. I brought like 14 things for him to sign, and he signed them all, and I got my picture taken with him. And then 33 years later, so right now, probably 2 years ago, he was at Monster Palooza, and I brought the photo. I said, I want to recreate this photo. And my buddy Mike is his handler. He's a personal appearance manager. So Sam was like, he remembered me. He's like, you're the guy who brought all that shit. That was me. I'm like, you remember me from that long ago? He goes, Steel Trap.
He goes,
Steel
we had
trap.
to,
He has
we
a
had to
grudge.
redo our entire policy because of that day.
Jeez.
And
You're like that incredibly racist comedy bit where they're like, "You've been here 4 hours.
Oh yeah, the Chinese buffet. You leave now.
You pay
You've been here
again.
4 hours.
You pay again."
so me and Sam recreated that photo.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, dude. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
so I would like, my bucket list is more like people I'd like to work with on the production side as far as actors are concerned.
Well, the Corman Vincent Price project you're talking that screams Johnny Depp. It screams Johnny Depp.
Well,
So,
I mean, look at Sleepy Hollow. That is a Hammer movie.
yeah, perfect.
That from that era, those 60s, late 60s, early 70s, mid 60s, like kind of melodramatic horror films that Hammer made or Corman made.
Well, yeah,
Corman
when we
was just
talk
paying
about
homage
Corman
to that.
being Mr. Low Budget too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Johnny Depp did the Ed Wood film. I mean, that just seems like something that screams Johnny Depp to me. He would be
Yeah.
all over that. promise me this: if you ever get to work with Johnny Depp, just say, "Could you go on the Dames Marv show, Johnny?" That would really be good.
Absolutely,
it'd be good for your career.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll mention his cologne.
What's the most memorable commercial from your childhood? You were a TV guy.
Yes, for sure. Most memorable. There's a couple.
All right.
The one
I'm here for it.
The one that first popped into my head. There was a Detroit Zoo commercial
Oh boy.
where the animals talked, and it was almost like they were getting ready for a stage production. But the shots were just of like, here's the flamingo area, here's the lion. But I just remember my makeup.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember my lines ever. I mean, it
I
was
love
a
that one.
weird commercial with talking. They didn't. This was obviously way pre CGI. They weren't using puppets. They would just have these weird voices over shots of animals in the zoo. That one, and there was a Highland Appliance, another locally produced Highland Appliance commercial that was zombies taking over the appliance store. And they were looking at the sales tags and stuff and going, grabbing TVs and taking them to the counter. And years later, I found out a friend of mine, the director of Bruce Campbell and Walter Koenig's epic masterpiece, shot in Michigan, Moontrap, he directed that commercial. There you have it. There's my favorite commercials. And I like the Where's the Beef lady. Wonder what she's doing.
Looking for the beef.
Probably. Did Dames freeze? Oh,
Yeah,
there
he
he
does
is.
that.
He's just so riveted
No,
by my
but what
bullshit.
I did, Mike, I got the Detroit Zoo commercial. I got it for you. I've got it.
Oh, bring it up. Pull it up. Play
I'm
it.
trying to figure out, because we've never done this on the show before, but I want to
It's
give
all right.
this to you, and I want to give this to the public. Frankie, how do I make this happen for him?
Did you find it on a separate window?
I mean, I got it. I can't, it's not on my computer. I got to show it from the link that it's at.
Oh,
So how do I share my screen? Is what I.
Oh, you go to the bottom there, and you'll see the plus sign on the monitor, and there's an option to share screen.
Share screen. Wow. Heaven help you, whatever you guys see here. Allow.
You're going to want to allow it. And then it'll show up there. See it? Right next to your name. It's
Is
on.
this it, Mikey?
I don't see it yet. Yeah, that's it.
Let me take a minute for the sound.
How do I look? Seriously, how do I look? Hey, give me a little kiss
Sorry,
before I
gotta
go
get
on.
the sound out here.
Okay, guys.
This way.
Give me just 1 second. Come on. I think if I try and do something like this.
Scroll it back.
Back scroll.
All right.
I bet you I know it all by heart.
Here we go. Let's give this to him.
Attention, the Detroit Zoo will open in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, please. Just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes. My lines. I can't remember my lines ever. My makeup.
Wardrobe, I
say wardrobe.
How do I look?
Seriously, how do I look? Give me a little kiss before I go on. Huh?
Okay, guys.
Hey guys, this way. Wrong way, guys.
Wrong way, guys. Next going, Melton. My lines, my lines.
Yep.
I want to talk to my agent.
Let me talk to your agent.
Take it from me. You just gotta keep cool.
Positions, everyone. Hey, go shopping. Go away from me.
This place is a zoo.
This place is a zoo.
Detroit Zoo, and see how the stars live.
1 and 2 and.
There you go.
I love that commercial.
For Michael Kallio.
There was one other. It was they did a song called "You Gotta Have Art." It was for the Detroit the art museum, the DFT. Well, that's the Detroit Film Theater. The Detroit Institute of Arts. That's what it's called.
Well, I'm glad I asked because that was fun. Frankie, do you have a commercial from your childhood that you remember?
It was a Super Bowl commercial. It was for Levi's jeans. It was I don't remember what Super Bowl. It was in the 90s, but so this person, it was for Button Fly when Button Flies came out, and it was for the Button Fly jeans, and the guy went to button his pants and the button flew off and started flying through the entire house like pew pew pew, taking out the bird, pew pew pew. I don't know. You'd have to look it up. Levi's Button Fly Super Bowl commercial. Till this day, I'm 47 years old, and that commercial is still my favorite.
Favorite? Okay. Well, we'll definitely have to pull it up at some point and show it. We'll do that. We'll do that for some episode. Okay.
Yeah, not right now.
What's your favorite TV show of all time, Mike? All time. Mine's Frasier, just so everybody knows. Frasier is my favorite show of all time. Fantastic.
Of all time, shit.
Frankie,
Back
do
in
you
the
have one?
day or current?
All time.
Of all time. Yeah, that's so
I
hard.
mean, but you can put whatever caveats you want on it. It ain't that serious.
I personally, old show, I would say I loved Briscoe County Jr., and not just because my boy Campbell was in it. I thought that show was really well made. And I wish it would have gotten at least one more season. Because I liked the fact that it was a Western, but it had that Wild Wild West. What was that stupid movie? What's the name of the show that the movie was based on that Will Smith and Kevin Kline did? That Kevin Smith talks about. Was it Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love the sci-fi, but also Western, with the sci-fi overtones. I thought that was cool. But Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great.
And the later, like,
the later ones got better too.
They got so he honed in on they were the worst people.
Dude, here's the thing about that show.
There's a shit
completely
magnet like
inane bullshit that you're worried about that becomes like the biggest crux of a problem over the smallest inconsequential shit. I loved it. I love that show. It is brilliant. Guys, if you haven't seen it, it's they have an idea but no script. And they have the most talented people in the world portraying themselves, really. And they all look like assholes. So, amazing. Curb Your Enthusiasm is it's probably top 10 for me, Mikey. I'm going to be honest with you. Frankie, what's your favorite show of all time?
That one's one of my favorites. Boom, 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 boom,
I always wanted that to be my phone.
It's so awesome. He just finds himself in shit no matter what he does. It's great. My favorite show of all time, and if anybody out there wants to judge, go ahead, drop in the comments. I don't care.
Golden Girls.
Saved by the Bell.
All right. Hey. Mark Paul Gosselaar is an asshole.
I was talking more like Jesse Spano.
Absolutely vouch for that. He is a cocksucker.
I worked with Elizabeth Berkley on a movie.
Oh, I love her.
She's
single.
Oh yeah, she's hot. See, Frankie's gonna go.
Michigan
go
girl.
review Showgirls now.
That's a great movie. I don't know, something about her. You know what I like? I like the muscular women, like Pink, like not, muscle lifters, but strong.
Like China.
No, that's
yes.
too much.
I thought she was sexy as hell, dude. What are you talking about?
China? No, China was a little too strong. I don't want to be body slammed.
Are you sure?
You literally have told me that you want Pink to body slam.
Yeah, but Pink doesn't look like she could lift a house. Pink could probably barely lift
I don't know.
me.
If I had
I'd wrestle.
If I had to pick between China and Pink, I'm all China.
Wow.
China looks like she can lift a house. Pink looks like she can lift a doghouse.
Perfect.
That's fair enough. Speaking of shows and westerns specifically.
Speaking of dogs.
Westerns specifically,
Yeah, well,
Mikey.
poachy.
On January the 16th, 1973, NBC presented the 440th episode and final episode
Bonanza.
of Bonanza.
Wow, good one.
You had Lorne Green, Pernell Roberts, Dan Blocker, and of course,
Michael Landon.
Michael fucking Landon.
Michael
What a
touched
great
by
show.
an angel Landon.
What a
Highway to
great
Heaven,
show.
baby.
What a great
Oh yeah,
show.
that's Highway to Heaven.
I loved Highway to Heaven.
Oh, Little House on the Prairie, top 10 all time favorite shows for me.
I always wanted them to fall down the hill when they were running, though.
They did. They literally did.
Little trivia.
Go for it.
Oh, I want him to fall down wells and hills, and I wanted monsters to show up on Little House on the Prairie at some point, like ghosts at least, demons.
I was like,
That would've
demons
been
and
great
monsters
idea, Mike.
were both in the Olsen household.
Well, yeah, Natalie and Willie. But you also remember the episode where Albert got hooked on morphine? There could have been some really good undertones of horror
Frankie,
and
like,
ghosts
watched
and
this.
stuff.
You watched this last week.
Little House on the Prairie was the shit.
I loved it. All right, great. I'm glad another thing we have this bromance on.
Little trivia: Sam Raimi married Lauren Green's daughter.
Really?
Whoa.
Yep.
Wow.
They're no longer together, but they had 5 children together.
That's long enough.
Jeez, dude, Lauren Green.
That's a lot of child support.
Pa.
Also, Commander Adama. The OG Battlestar Galactica.
The OG.
Who played Isaiah? What was his name?
Isaiah? You mean Apollo?
Mr. Edwards. It was
Mr. Edwards.
I looked like him. Victor French.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Victor French.
Are we talking about Family Affair?
I can put on my here. Hold on. I'm going to do my Victor French impersonation.
Oh no, that Victor French. That's the Sebastian Shaw.
You ready?
Oh God, here we go. He switched hats.
My Oakland A's hat. Now I'm Highway to Heaven Victor French for you guys.
Oh,
nice.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Did you know Michael Landon's daughter's in Yellowstone?
No.
Yeah, she plays that ranch hand, the one with the foul mouth that spits tobacco and it's real crazy. That's Michael Landon's daughter.
Mikey, we got about 8 minutes left with you before we get to kick your butt to the curb. But there's something that's been bothering me.
Well, don't let it bother you.
I'm leaving.
Like, we did your advertisement, and I asked you how you would like to be addressed. And
sure.
I was like, filmmaker, narcissist, what works for you? You were very specific about wanting to add, and you added your own name tag here for this show, and you put at the beginning, writer, director. You are, in fact, an author, and I need to know what the fuck this is. Please.
Oh God. That looks sweet.
Please?
That's a tattoo.
Let's talk about this because I see that it's a DVD and an audiobook that I can get on Amazon right now. And I may just do that.
What about you? Got to send me one though too, James. That's under wonderful co-host.
So the guy I did the scout for, Jedi mind tricked me into making a documentary about the reptilians because, as he said, bunch of college kids get high and watch these things like crazy and they make money. So I went, all right, well, I guess I'll try one to see if I make any mailbox money. And I kind of whipped it. It was made for no money. Literally. I whipped it together. My cut was an hour. They were like, we need at least 80 minutes. They cut it down to 64 or whatever it is now. And then they released it. I didn't say it got released. I say it escaped. But
that's fair.
I interviewed a couple of people I knew who were very into the reptilian ideology, how we're surrounded by demons. And the second it originally, so I knew a friend who I originally wanted to interview who's schizophrenic and bipolar and believed that the reptiles were among us and that his mother was a robot built by the reptiles to try and control him. And anyway, so he didn't want to be interviewed. So I knew these other two people who believed in this, but then it turned into a religious thing. and it got really interesting and a little unnerving at times. So I cobbled together this documentary, and then I was as surprised as you were, Dames. One day I was checking on it because it came out. You could buy you might still even be able to buy a DVD of that.
Hold that thought, Michael. We have $10.48 on Amazon, and it says, and I quote, 7 copies left, more on the way. Or there's an audio book for $6.83.
Okay, so the audio version of that is just they took the 65 minutes of the movie they took the audio and they slapped it on Audible.
For what purpose?
That's all. So
Why not?
if you didn't want to look at stuff, you could just listen to it.
So kind of like this show should be.
Right.
Right.
Speak for yourself, buddy.
So then the same producers, hold on, that did the Scout that forced Jedi Mind tricked me into making that documentary, took my documentary and another documentary about reptilians, and they cobbled them together, and that's called Stand By. That's called Bullshit on Ice. It's called
That's sweet. I'm gonna try that line.
Where is it? Where is it? Reptilians, Serpent Kings, and Ancient Rulers. Here's the artwork for that.
Holy shit.
Pretty badass.
So this
smell of tattoo.
documentary that's cobbled together from 2 documentaries about reptilians. The runtime is it's like 3 hours long.
Oh my God.
3 hours and 14 minutes long.
Why on earth?
So I guess these documentaries that you can find on Tubi about conspiracy theories and UFOs and all that.
I will have to reach out to you and get a list of things that you need to tell me to look and watch and find on Tubi.
I will.
I will do it,
sure.
and I will put the reviews out there. All right. So this is not going the way I thought that it was going to go, because you really are an author. So I would like to know about that. So tell me about your.
I've been published in books of poetry. One of them, the most recent one, was what do you call it? A compilation of dark poetry that a guy from England put together, and then also most recently, my friend Christian Ackerman put together a series of essays in 3 volumes called My Favorite Horror Film or Horror Movie. My Favorite Horror Movie. And there's 3 volumes, volume 1, 2, and 3, obviously. I'm in the 3rd one, and it's my story of my favorite horror movie, which is Evil Dead 2, and the reason why I'm so connected to that movie and Evil Dead, because of all the little serendipitous things that happened in my life, which is a show in and of itself, about how I met Bruce, how I connected with this person, that person, how dumb things like me. I used to cut out newspaper articles and ads and like movie ads of anything that was made in Michigan, which when I finally made my first movie, Bruce came to me and was like, you need to go find old newspapers and cut out the articles for your limited partnership prospectus to prove to potential investors that movies can and will be made in Michigan. And I went, I'm right back. And I walked into my room and I came back out. He was at my house. And I dumped a shoebox full of articles out in front of him. I said, you mean like these? I'd already been prepping years before I even met him. And so it's stuff like that. So I have an essay in that book about, and it's the longest of the essays because I like to gab, obviously.
Hey, well, that's the kind of guest that we like to have. I realize that sometimes we're going to have guests that are going to be like, hey, I only got 30 minutes. But, Mikey, I really appreciate you being here. And there's one last question that I have for you.
I actually, if I may.
Go ahead, Frankie. Yeah, go ahead.
Mike, if anybody wants to follow you, I got your Instagram, X, and Facebook accounts. I'm going to put up here on the bottom of the screen for those of you listening or viewing want to follow you, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
All right, so here's his Instagram.
Find
it. That's right.
Michael.Kallio 2.
Yes. Yes. So
Two
that's your
Ls.
Instagram. And this would be your X, right?
Yes.
Kallio? Okay. And then this is his Facebook, Film Mike, at Film Mike, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to give everybody an opportunity to follow you.
Thanks for being consistent across platforms, you jackass.
Hey, it's because he's
It's
just about out there.
He's got to hide his different looks.
I try to be funny, it just doesn't work.
No,
it's because I'm an aught whore.
Did I forget the H?
No.
Oh
no. There.
There it is. Oh yeah, yeah.
Aught
I said, duh.
Aught whore.
I'm quick. I'm like that blonde. Never mind.
Pound sign aught whore.
There's one question that I always liked, Mikey.
What?
And I always liked it anytime somebody asked it because it's kind of a bullshit question, but it
it.
kind of like cuts through all the shit and gets right to the point. I'm gonna tell you what that question is.
Before
and
you say
give
it,
you my version of it. Yes, Jesus loves you. I just want you to know that the Bible told me that. Okay, and it would tell you that too if you read it. Now, that's funny because currently I'm working on getting an author on the show of a book called Christ Before Jesus, who proves through stilometry and a number of different things that Jesus and Paul never existed. But that's neither here nor there. He will be on the show at some point.
I'll have to get that laminated.
Here's the question that I like, and then I'll give you my version of it. Okay.
Okay.
If you were interviewing Mike.
Okay, thank you.
If you were interviewing Michael Kallio, what would you ask him?
Oh, geez.
I love that question because, like I said, it cuts through all the bullshit. My version of this question simply is, what's something that I would never think to ask that you would love it if people knew about you and what you're doing? And then, of course, close out by telling us about anything that you are working on.
Okay. I ask myself.
That's a lot to chew on.
That is a lot to chew on. Especially lately. I would ask myself how I felt today.
How do you feel today, Michael? How do you feel that this is gone?
I don't know. I thought this was going great.
There's 64 people watching right now. So.
Oh, cool. Hi, 64 people.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm 65.
66.
I guess I'm watching myself, so I'm 67.
67 of us? Holy
6'7"?
shit.
What's this shit? Oh gosh.
6'7".
And fucking Mitch is asleep. He's like boring.
Mitch.
Yeah, he's smart.
I would ask myself how I was doing, and how am I doing after this today? Better, because shit's crazy outside.
Much love for you, my friend.
Yes, much love to you both. Thank you for doing this. And what am I working on now? Well, I'm finishing up the Christmas movie. I'm sure your brother, being a co-producer, will appreciate that after spending a little bit of time helping me make it. It's called An LA Christmas Story. It's my homage to the Steve Martin movie LA Story from 1991, Better Off Dead from 1985, and the Rankin and Bass holiday specials like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
It's a story about a young woman who, after being dumped just before the holidays, in a tipsy state, puts out a video that goes viral, daring men to pony up and act like men, and she gets bombarded with really strange requests to date her. She meets someone. They have a misunderstanding.
I think I submitted one.
You did.
A terrible one.
You and your brother are in the movie.
Wow, that's
and she meets someone, finds love. There's a misunderstanding. There's a breakup. There's a stop motion elf character peppered throughout the movie. It's whimsical. It's funny. It's heartwarming. I just got Danny Roebuck to do the voice of Santa Claus for some Santa Claus stuff.
Let's go.
Thank you. So I'm finishing that up, and I just shot. Well, wait. I'm working on finishing up a documentary about a band called the Radioactive Chicken Heads. Go to radioactivechickenheads.com. Go down that rabbit hole, or find them on YouTube. They've been doing it for 30 years. They're a very theatrical, crazy, fun band. Then I just shot a horror movie last year, end of last year, in late October. It's currently called The Drop, and it's about a ride share drop off gone horribly wrong. Where
Yes, I remember this.
Sounds like a good one.
The girl dropped off, finds herself in the middle of a very disturbing sex trafficking ring, and the driver that dropped her off goes to save her
because he feels bad.
It's actually very female driven. No pun intended, but pun intended.
Is it because she feels bad or because she didn't get a very good tip?
It's because she had red flags before she dropped her off, and then finds out that, yes, she was right all along. So
I'll give her a tip.
Michael Kallio,
What?
Michael Kallio, you are a fascinating fellow.
Definitely.
I love you.
Hey.
I would love to have you back again. Especially
Absolutely, man. Anytime.
Finish up that Christmas movie. If you need any music, I've got some stuff.
We
there.
should talk. Let's gab in the next, we could even gab tomorrow or whatever if you're around.
Yeah,
We should
I'll be
talk.
around all the time. Frankie J.
Thank you, Frankie J. Thank you,
Yeah,
Dane.
thanks for stopping through. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Look forward to speaking with you again. And if you ever need some kind of beta tester to do some sort of documentary,
right on.
He's all about
around.
the beta test. He's currently working on a deal with an AI sex doll to be the beta tester.
Yes. Why not?
He's got all kinds of irons.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
But so you know what it's like to have all these projects going on. And, eventually he'll finish one.
Exactly.
Frankie?
No pun intended.
All right, Mikey. I don't want to keep you any longer, but thank you.
Wait,
Yeah.
I do have one more thing to say. This is also one of the things I forgot to talk about.
Beautiful.
I am helping produce. I think I can talk about it now, seeing that the movie's going to come out soon. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes 5.
Oh,
what?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
That's like my childhood, man.
So I just got the Radioactive Chicken Heads. They redid the theme and another song called Tomato Stomp, and they're going to be in the movie.
Of course. That's awesome.
So that's the other thing that we're...
Put that on your calendars, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
And that's a
wrap.
Hollywood Ace. My friend, my pal, Michael Kallio. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
Thank you.
Give the best to the wife and the dog.
Will do. Signing off.
And he's gone. And he gets to exit with this.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Love you long time.
Love you longer.
You've been here for 4 hours.
Frankie, you gonna do the thing or what? There you go. All right. I'm like, whew. What a guy, guys. Check him out.
Sure.
Michael Kallio. I want to throw this up one last time. Dinner with Leatherface, the newest
Dinner with the Face of
thing that he
Leather.
put out. It's an A-list documentary, guys. A-list documentary. You heard the heartwarming story of the title, and if you missed it, we're going to be replaying this episode again at about 9:00 tonight, and then again tomorrow. But check this out. He says it's on Tubi. If you haven't watched it, just give it a shot, and then go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre again, because it's a brilliant film. How you feeling, Frankie? That was awesome. Michael,
good
how do you
times.
feel about Michael? Tell me how you feel about Michael now that you've met him.
Well, I feel really good about Michael.
Yeah, it's good too.
Michael seems like a very nice person.
He
Seems
is.
like a nice person.
You ready to talk about some history?
Sure, go ahead. Shoot.
All right, I'm going to get through these as quick as I can because I'm starving, dude. I did not eat before this. And I know that your ass made yourself a... Listen to this, folks. It was
Didn't
not a
make it yet.
Chicago dog, but a cheeseburger sub.
You never had a cheeseburger sub?
I mean,
Ooh.
no, not really.
Man.
Tell me before we dive into history.
Okay.
Talk to me about this
Okay.
this Franken sandwich that you're gonna make or that you made.
It's made from a bakery in Buffalo, New York, called Costanzo's. Makes their sub rolls, which are 12 to 13 inches. And you cook cheeseburgers, and you just make a cheeseburger, cut the burgers in half, and you put them along a sub roll, and you make a cheeseburger in the form of a sub. Cheeseburger
So what's
sub.
all on it? Tell me what you all put on it.
Oh, provolone, the burger provolone, some real razor thin onions, shredded lettuce. This is key, folks. Shredded, not leaflet. Shredded lettuce, tomatoes, mayonnaise, and a little drizzle of mustard.
That sounds. Yeah, I'm really hungry.
Cheeseburger sub. If you want to get fancy, you can put bacon on there too. A little swan.
Yeah, I definitely want to have Mikey back because
Yeah,
this
for sure.
Christmas movie that he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he caught the premise, but this woman was like, she was trying to find a date, and she was asking men to send her a video of, and I sat in my office at my house and I put on my cowboy hat, and I sent a video. I made this video, and apparently it made the movie. He's just said me and my brother are both in the movie.
Uh-oh.
I hope that's true because if I watch it and I'm not in it, I'm gonna cry of some tears. But I also was supposed to do some music for this movie, and I thought that it was finished already, but apparently it's not done yet. So
It's okay.
yeah, I would love to. I mean, that would be a great thing for me to have any of my music, even very low, just to know that it was in there. To have another credit on my IMDb page would be incredible. But yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. He's a glutton for this kind of stuff, as are we. In history today, January the 16th, 1793,
Jeez.
King Louis the 16th
That's a long
was
time ago.
sentenced to death by the National Convention during the French Revolution. Now, he was put to death 5 days later by guillotine on January the 21st. His crime was treason. He walked to the scaffold, made a final statement of forgiveness for the people for convicting him of treason. And in the middle of his speech, Frankie, get this, he was cut off by the drummer. And then his head was taken from him. He couldn't even get out his forgiveness. And that really changed a lot of things for France. Because remember, King Louis is the one that previously banned the Bonaparte family from ever coming back to France.
It's a long time ago.
So, yeah, 1793, that was quite a while. We're going to go all the way back from 1793 all the way up to 1919, when the ratification of the 18th Amendment, which established the national alcohol prohibition. Now, I normally wouldn't bring this up, but a lot of the 67 people here are in Nebraska. The key to this ratification of the 18th Amendment to ban alcohol it got passed because Nebraska, the 36th state to approve it, signed on, and it was the quickest ratification in the history of amendments. At the time, it bolstered violence, and violence and crime, because people were, at that point, we didn't really know what alcoholism was, but the people were addicted to this new thing, alcohol. I guess it wasn't new, but this thing, alcohol, and all of a sudden, the United States is banning it. Well, it was ultimately repealed by the 21st Amendment in 1933, but you had 1919 all the way till 1933, where this crime spree of alcohol, like in your bathtub,
Yeah,
moonshine.
lots of broken glass on the streets.
That's right. And if you've ever watched the movie Legends of the Fall, it takes place during this time period, and lo and behold, a lot of shit goes down because of it. 1941, U.S. Vice Admiral Bellinger. Have you heard of this person?
No.
He warns of an assault.
The principal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mr. Belling.
He warns of an assault on Pearl Harbor. Now, January 16th, we all know December 7th is the day that the attack happened.
Yep.
So on January 16th, 1941, he is an admiral in the Navy, makes his superiors aware that, hey man, we have a lot of shortages on defense here in Pearl Harbor, and if the Japanese are smart, you guys can expect an attack on us. And they ignored it because there was no actual attack in progress.
Nope.
Then December 7th happened, and whammy!
Yep. I think he's sneezing.
Sorry.
I'm muted.
I had to cough in the middle of that.
Are you snarting?
We did talk about snarting earlier.
Does everyone know what
sharting
is?
You guys all know what sharting is, right? You try to fart and you accidentally shit. Snarting is when you sneeze and shit.
Well, it's actually when you
time?
sneeze and fart at the same time. A snart.
Yeah, okay, that's true. I added the other because every time I've ever snarted, it actually came out of my... It was
Or
shit.
a sneeze, like when you cough and sneeze at the same time.
A sneeze?
Yeah.
A snart? Is there a such thing as a snart?
Yeah. Yeah, but
That
you
would
do
be
all
when
three
you
at the
cough,
same time.
Sneeze and fart at the same time?
Yeah, a lot of people that had COVID did that.
Cause snart shit.
Yeah. Cause snark shit.
Man, we have
Scream.
We have unraveled, Frank.
It's
we
okay.
have unraveled.
Just tell me when you got one or two left.
All right.
So I can get ready to wrap her up here.
Yeah, we got 1945, just 4 years after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Hitler, on January 16th, moves to his bunker. Okay? Here, it's rumored that he unalived himself, which would have been in April of that same year. But today is the day in 1945. Hitler moved to his bunker because he was scared that he was going to be caught.
Well,
and ultimately, go ahead. There's no proof that he killed himself.
Good riddance. Good riddance.
To bad rubbish, right?
Good riddance. Yeah.
Do you think he killed himself?
I don't really care.
Or do you think the bunker collapsed on him?
I hope both.
I like to think that he killed himself. And then it collapsed. Yes, let's go with that.
Both.
1962, shooting begins on Dr. No. Do you know what Dr. No is?
No.
That would have been the very first James Bond film.
Oh.
Dr. No.
I did not know that.
Yes, you are Dr. No.
Now I know. Knowing's half the battle.
Dr. No now knows. Different no. But now you know, and Dr. No.
English
1966, Chicago was granted its third NBA franchise. This would be the Chicago Bulls, though.
Yeah,
I
the
think
ones that
one
actually were
moved
winners.
The other two moved to different places, but they were never called the Bulls. But this was the third one. The Bulls have been around in Chicago since 1966 on January 16th.
1966.
We talked about Lauren Green, Pernell Roberts, Dan Blocker, and of course Michael Landon in the final episode. 440 episodes, Frankie. Good
Of
Lord.
what?
Bonanza.
Yeah, that's bananas.
Bananas. 1974, Jaws.
Yeah.
The novel is published by Peter Benchley from Doubleday Publishing. Now, that's a quick turnaround. The book came out in 74. The movie was 75. And was the first blockbuster in the history of film.
Good ride at Universal Studios, too.
Yes. 1976, Donnie and Marie Osmond, of course, they had a variety
Donnie.
show that premiered on ABC.
Sweet.
That same day, the 16th, January, Peter Frampton. What is the one thing that you know about Peter Frampton, Frankie?
Amazing musician.
So I really don't know that much about him, but I know that he did an album, the live album, called Peter Frampton Comes Alive. That's pretty much what everyone knows him for that's not of that generation. If you're a generation beyond that, all you've ever heard of is Frampton Comes Alive is the name of the album. That
Mostly,
came out
yeah.
on that same day in 1976,
Sure.
2 years before we were born.
Jeez.
This is funny. Paul McCartney in 1980 was arrested in Tokyo at the airport for weed.
Really?
He was jailed for 9 days and then he was deported back to Liverpool.
He had to go back to U.S.
And in my research, the very next thing that I found, Frankie, this is wild, dude. 4 years later, Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney were arrested in Barbados for weed. Motherfucker doesn't learn, does he?
Well, I mean, you're Paul McCartney. Do whatever the hell you want.
I mean, break international law.
I would. If I could break the law, I would. But I fought
Really?
the law, and the law won. Yeah.
What
I
law
can't
would you
fight the-
break?
Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna talk. We're live, man.
I know. That's why I'm asking. That's what
I ain't doing.
say
I ain't no
say
dummy.
it. was
I
like,
ain't no
say it.
dummy. Got people watching that are gonna wanna come after me.
All right.
Just kidding.
I got one left, but
Okay.
I was gonna save it because
Okay.
we're looking at 8 minutes on the clock, on the shot clock. Is there anything? Actually, I'm going to ask you this. This is a question I didn't get to. I'm going to ask you the questions that I didn't get to Michael with. All right? Are you good with that?
All right, go ahead.
If you
Shoot.
became president of the
Oh,
United States of America, what's the first law that you would pass?
It's the first law that I would
what's
pass.
a Frankie J policy of something that you don't like right now? What law would you pass if you were president? Keep in mind you're not up for election, so you don't have to win anybody over.
Well, I
This is
mean,
like I already won. What am I going to do?
I hate that question. I don't like that question because there's many laws. But for me, I don't know. I think you ought to save that for one of our guests because
Well, I can still ask our guests, but this is not.
Yeah,
I'm not
mean-
baiting you. This is an easy question.
no, I know it's not really. First
What
law I would
you
pass. Jeez.
There's a lot. There's a lot that you can think of. But
Maybe. Oh, okay. Maybe the starting age for driving from 16 to 18.
really,
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, I'm a good driver, and when I was 16, I was already awesome at driving. But most kids that are 16 now, it's a different era, and they just jump behind the wheel with a smartphone in their hand and cause a lot of accidents. So I would definitely raise that to 18. I know 16-year-olds out there might not like that, but you know what? I don't give a shit.
yeah.
I'm
you're
47. I
16.
got my license, and I don't need to get mine. So you got to be 18. You got to be 21 to buy cigarettes now. So raise it up to 18.
Really? Is that true?
I think so. Yep.
Wow. I think I would fix healthcare for everyone.
I don't think that's ever going to be able to get fixed. It's just such a
I
big
don't
mess.
look. I didn't say you had to be realistic with your.
Oh,
But
I was trying
but
to be
what a
accurate.
negative take on that. You don't think healthcare will ever be fixed in this country?
Not as long as I'm
believe that.
alive.
I can't believe that.
Maybe one day, if we're lucky.
I would fix healthcare. That's what I would.
Okay.
Do. And I'm not even going to go into specifics on how because I haven't sat down and really thought about it. But if
You
I
better
was
start
president,
thinking, sucker.
and then I didn't have to win an election on something, I would just say, you know what? Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that. What did you want to be when you were a kid? What was the first thing you can remember wanting to be?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't really remember.
You never
I
wanted to
think
be a firefighter or
Well, I don't know.
The G.I.
No,
Joe.
no, I don't think so.
I wanted to be a ninja, Frankie.
I think I wanted to be a speed skater
Really?
with the big long ice blades. You know, like this Olympic winter sport.
And the
I always
wiener
wanted
off
to-
to the side in your spandex.
Yeah, but I don't know about the spandex now, but I was pretty damn good skater. I'd go to the roller rink and I'd crank. So yeah, I always wanted to be a speed skater.
Wow, speed skater.
Yep.
I never. I wouldn't have guessed that. Look at.
You know, like
We get to learn a little. These are the times that we get to learn a little bit about Frankie J.
yeah.
And we're up to 70 views. Frankie, do your thing with these people. Tell them what they need to do so that they can see more of this.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if we're wrapping it up here,
Well, no, we're not yet, but I mean, go ahead. And
okay,
tell them
well,
what they need to do.
everybody that's watching, wherever you may be watching, Facebook, YouTube, or X, definitely like and share out the show. We do appreciate all the love that we're getting, and definitely provide feedback, whatever you think of the show. If there's anything you want to hear on the show, or any suggestions you have for the show, definitely drop us a DM in any one of those spots, Facebook, YouTube, or X, and let us know what you think of the show. Feedback is key. And in order to get this thing, I learned that you have to scream.
Shut up.
You have to scream.
No.
Yes.
No. Look, I got you on this. I got you on this the other day. If you guys haven't, check this out. This little thing that we do here, I don't know how to make the reaction happen in real time, but it's this cool little light, and it really is the coolest of all of them, besides the hearts maybe. But if you watched yesterday's episode of NFL or Wednesday, Frankie was like, "How'd you do that?" And I would be like, "You got to go ah!" And then Frankie's like screaming into the mic, and it's not working.
Didn't work.
He's getting
It pissed
incredibly
me off.
frustrated.
It's pissing me
And that's
off.
not how you do it. I still don't know how to do it, but
Sure you do.
I don't. I really don't. I would do it if I knew how.
Yeah, there's got to be a way.
Frankie, I'm going to start reading you your horoscope every day.
Okay,
I'm not going to
that.
do it today, but I am going
That's
to
okay.
start. I'm going to start reading your horoscope because
My horoscopes are really awesome.
I want you to know what's coming up in your life, guys.
Thanks.
We
Appreciate
had.
that.
I'm going to give you this one last detail from 2025. This is interesting because I review films, right? I reviewed a film, and the film was called "It Ends with Us," and it was about like abuse, really.
Yeah.
And the actor-director of the film, Justin Baldoni, on January 16th, 2025, filed a counter lawsuit against the film star actress Blake Lively, who is the wife of Ryan Reynolds,
Oh,
for $400 million
jeez.
for defamation and extortion
Phew.
that took place during the making of this film.
That's
It
a lot of
Ends
money.
With Us. And I remember I watched the film. I rated the film. God, I don't remember what I rated it. I wrote it down, but I don't know where I wrote it down. But it was like an 81,
That's a lot of money.
which about $400 million. Does
Stupid.
Blake Lively have that kind of money?
I don't think people even use their brains when they file a lawsuit.
That's like almost $500 million.
That's a lot of money.
I don't know any
Anyways.
of the other details, guys. Mind you.
I-
I realize that
I can't
just,
think past that amount of money.
I just opened a can of worms, but I don't know
Can of worms.
the other thing. Frankie J, again, you were amazing. Our guest Michael Kallio, check him out. Like, share, and subscribe all of his stuff. We will see you on Monday. You guys, you know what we have coming up on Monday? Oh, let me pull it up here. We have the one and only Doc. Peterson. He
Sweet.
was a comedian, and now he's a ring announcer for boxing. So that's gonna be at noon on Monday. So we'll see you then. Frankie, good luck on your football game tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
go
traveling
Buffalo
out of-
Bills, baby.
I'm traveling out of town. Go Bills, go Seahawks.
Yep.
Go all of you guys. We love you. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Dames Marv Show. Out.